started.
On the most sensational, inspirational, celebrational, Keelerational, this is what we call the Keeler Show.
WIBX.
This is Keeler.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
Well, good morning. I got to say, it does seem like things are, and maybe it's just my imagination, but the last couple of days, it just seems like there have been more police agency stories. Like everybody got together and said, listen, we've got all these outstanding cases, let's go arrest people. And they have.
I got you.
It's
Okay.
it's like everywhere you turn, there's another story coming in about a local arrest, and there's some crazy stuff out there that we will get to. It is Thursday. Come on down. Oh, Tim Reed is bringing
Morning, Tim.
joy and happiness. Oh, some egg McMuffins.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yesterday we had a good day at the Upstate Verona Cancer Center, and they had the colossal colon. We'll talk about that with Tim Reed coming up in
Why,
just
it
a
was
second.
Tim's?
Yeah. Well, it was modeled after somebody. That's for darn sure. It was a biggie. We have a lot to get to today. Race stage is coming up in a few minutes, and there may be the horrific S word this weekend. Yeah. I hate seeing that. I hate hearing it, but it is that time, right? I mean, I got to tell you, I have trees in my backyard that are really just starting to lose their leaves.
Yeah. They're slow like you.
They're slow. They're a little slow like me. Yes, I think you may be right. And I don't know if that's just because it was so warm so late, or maybe it's just this year every year. I kind of lose track. But it does seem like it's later.
There's a lot of, I don't know. But then, on the other hand, there were a lot of trees, it seems like they dropped their leaves really early, and they were all brown.
There were trees that were dropping leaves in August.
Yeah, on my route, there was a couple houses where I was like, have these been here these leaves been here all summer, and I just didn't notice them? Or
I wonder if those trees are trees that aren't doing well, or I guess we don't know.
Yeah.
Nor will Ray probably know either, but he will know about the potential for snow. And we'll talk to him about that. The latest on the shutdown. It's now the second longest ever shutdown in U.S. government history. Pretty wild. Ryan Schmel's coming up in a little bit. And, Tim, you're here on a good day because today we have the City of Utica Comptroller debate going on.
That could be spicy.
Frank Miola, Mike Sermonaro will be in studio this morning, and I'm pretty excited about this. 7 o'clock hour.
yeah, I think they get along. I guess I shouldn't say because I don't know for sure, but I mean, I don't think they're rooting for each other, but I don't think they have any. Like they're big rivals or something. Am I wrong?
Yeah,
please correct me.
Wipe that fairy dust out of his eyes.
That's right. I think fairy dust. I think he's. He had the same feeling the other night when the Giants were ahead. Like this is. I'm counting my.
I ran into a guy at the airport and he had a Giant shirt on, and I said, I'm sorry for your loss. And I was saying it like at a
like
funeral
it was
home.
Yes.
It's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm wondering, who are they going with? Is the debate the Giants with quarterback?
No, the Jets. The Jets.
There are a lot of teams debating quarterbacks right now.
There is no debate. Jackson Dart is the guy we have to have in there for sure.
Yeah. And who is the that one? You're right. There's no debate. The Jets, however, there is a debate, and Tyrod Taylor looked like he was beginning to get things going. Who are they going with, Davey? Do we know? We don't know. But he's made up his mind.
Yeah, he's just not telling anybody.
I see. Is that how it
Wasn't there somebody who ran for president who said basically, I don't know what foreign policy issue was the biggest issue at the time. It might have involved World War II, but essentially he said, I've got a plan to stop the war, and if you want to find out what it is, you'll have to elect me because I'll implement it.
Okay.
Yeah, nice.
Well, Glenn, I know what I'm going to do, and you just have to watch me on Sunday to find out.
I do feel like that same thing happened in the New York City mayor's debate last night.
Yeah.
Oh, I did not
Did
watch
you hear
that.
about that? The little,
heated.
Yeah, the little. How about the little gotcha that?
Right. What was the
Mandani
gotcha?
He had one of the alleged harassment victims in the audience with
Oh, I did not see that.
Yeah.
Well, one of the ones that accused Cuomo.
Yeah.
That's an old Trump trick.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure there are those who have done it before, but if you remember, wasn't it who was he debating? Hillary or it might have been Hillary, and he had all these people in the front row that were. And it might have even been tied to Bill Clinton. I don't remember what it was, but anyway. Yeah. Okay, we'll and the moment yesterday in the mayor's debate that I'm referring to, when Mandami said that he had not made up his mind on there were like 4 or 5 issues that there'll be propositions they'll be voting for, and he has not yet made up his mind. That became the big thing. How could you not make up your mind yet? But sometimes, I guess it's like you say, you'll have to elect me, and then you'll find out.
Yeah.
Maybe that's it.
Don't think that's a winning proposal, but we'll
I don't
see.
think so either. So we'll do that. Comptroller's debate in the 7 o'clock hour. Play-by-play guy from the Comets on later on today. John Decker, chief White House correspondent with Gray TV, is up a little later on as well. And then, just as I said, some of these headlines that are just in the last few days. Lyons Falls man arrested after allegedly threatening a woman at Walmart on Commercial Drive. She ended up fleeing the Walmart and going to the New Hartford Police Department. And let me tell you, you know where a Walmart is on Commercial Drive?
Yeah.
Just getting out of that plaza will take you. I mean, that's an adventure on its own.
Difficult sometimes.
And then she had to go up to the Orchard to go into the police department. Police arrest upstate New York man on charges of failure to comply. This was another good one. This was in Waterville. And a young 19-year-old man riding an ATV.
Oh, yeah.
And when police tried to stop him, he just took off. You got to be bold to be able to feel like you're not going to eventually get caught when running from the police in a small town like Waterville.
Aren't there so many of these that are around? Have you ever gotten caught in one of these group of people that are on ATVs and motorbikes on the road where it's like there's like 10 or 11 of them? They're just driving unimpeded. It was
a thing that I remember when we were in last year. It was a thing in New York City where they were all riding like not just regular motorcycles, but more like dirt bikes. Yeah. And they'd all go into the city, and there'd be like 20 of them, and they're revving up their engines, and they come out, and they almost like they're chasing it, going after, like intimidating people. Right. But I guess I've seen that around here. But around here, when we do it, we're spending $50,000 on our motorcycles. It's not like a little dirt bike.
Right.
They're revving up there.
You got to rip up the golf
Harley,
course.
and you rip up the golf course. There's more. Utica man arrested after an assault and property damage in Trenton. That's another crazy story. So according to police, the man got on his bike, grabbed a few things that they say one would need in order to cause some damage, drove up to Trenton on his bike, and allegedly assaulted a person there, and then caused damage to their property. I mean, these stories go on and on all week long. It's been, what is in the water? Is it a full moon coming? What's going on?
You got good exercise.
Mr. Reed was flying in the last few days.
Yes.
And with the government shutdown,
Yes.
what? How did it all work for you? And in the airports you were in,
Yes.
were they playing the political message on all the TVs that said this is
Yes.
Schumer's shutdown?
Yes. So we were standing in line, and I didn't know what we were going to encounter.
Yeah.
So we were there even maybe an hour earlier than normal because I just thought it'll be a disaster. And I heard the TV in the background, and I thought it was probably, they always have CNN or something like that with the stories or whatever it is. And I could hear Christy Nome's voice. And so, of course, I was listening to my wife first before I listened to Christy Nome. But I was catching
Sometimes
bits and
blend.
pieces. No, she'll say I never listen.
Yeah.
So about furloughed, working, no pay or whatever it is. And then all of a sudden I hear the word, because of the Democratic shutdown, and like my ears go, wait,
Yeah,
what?
yeah.
And so then I heard the whole thing.
Yeah, I watched the video, and it's not normal. It's just not normal.
Yeah.
Normally, these agencies
Yeah,
are
it's just
not
kind of like,
political.
hey, they're here, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
I did say to every TSA agent, I said,
Thanks for
thank
working.
you for being here.
Yeah.
And a couple of them, though, and this was like this was early into the shutdown. And they were genuinely touched.
I got to tell you, I did the same thing. I was flying this weekend, and I said, thank you for being here. Now here's my big bottle of shampoo. Here's my big bottle of mouthwash. Here's my soda. You can take my soda if you can drink from it if you want to. A number of people that walk into that line with stuff they're not supposed to have.
Oh, I know.
You would think that by now we've learned something.
Well, hasn't it changed, the limit on liquids or whatever?
It's all pretty. The liquid stuff is all pretty much
the
same.
The policy is very liquid.
Although it is different, it is a very liquid policy when it comes to, do you take your belt off?
Yeah.
Do you take your shoes off? Some airports on any given day could be like, leave your shoes on, and they'll be yelling at you to put your shoes back on. Others are like, what do you have your shoes on for?
Yeah.
Take your shoes off.
And a lot of it is how they have the magnetometer set. Some of them are really sensitive.
Yeah. Let me go to Ryan Schmelz, who's on right now. Speaking of this very government shutdown, now the second longest in history. Ryan, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I mean, have you had the flying experience where you don't know what they want?
I have not, and I don't think I've flown since the new shoe policy has been implemented either. So
okay.
It's been a while.
Well, again, it depends on the year. I almost feel like it depends on if they're really busy, and they're like, well, we're going to keep you safe if things are slow. But if it's busy, put anything you want in your shoes, keep them on, bring it right through. We're going to be able to. The other is the thing where you put your arms up and the thing goes around you, and they randomly select people for that. That's a doozy.
Well, I thought most airports I've been to, it's mandatory.
Yeah. Well, again, mandatory, but I've had them where it's not. I've had them where they say take your laptop out, and then they're yelling at you.
Yeah.
Put your laptop in. Davey, he still needs help with those headphones.
Yeah.
So, Ryan.
I believe the shoe stuff, though, it's now a nationwide policy where you don't have to take your shoes off anymore.
You don't have to
remember.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right.
Which, yes.
Well, think of the fungus that was being spread all over the place. Just terrible. Okay, Ryan, we're in going through yet another week, and it looks like no end in sight here. It seems like a daily conversation we have. No end in sight.
It is, yes. I mean, we've had some interesting things happen, at least to keep us occupied.
Yeah.
You had Jeff Merkley give the fourth longest Senate floor speech in history. You had somebody get their heels stuck in the escalator of the of the Capitol, one of the buildings yesterday, and that was, of course, giving us a nice little social media back and forth. Someone said, both sides with their heels dug in or something like that.
Oh, that's funny. The headlines, the storylines, the play on words. By the way, how did that happen? The heel gets stuck. And
no idea.
Do they come out of their? do they come out of their? Immediately come out of the shoe? Because otherwise, it could be really bad.
Was it Mitch McConnell?
I think Oh gosh, I think it's the person. I think the person actually got stuck in the escalator. Now they're inside the escalator, like they're stuck in the ground.
Stuck in the ground. Good.
That's what's left of them is to heal.
Well, it's a better place, to be honest. It's a better place. So, but no real feel like we're looking at any end of this thing. But there have been, and there's even been, you mentioned some things like this, but there have also been some heated moments as well, just enough to keep the cameras rolling and everybody happy.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's been, everyone remembers the Mike Lawler-Hakeem Jeffries back and forth, where they got into it for a good 5 minutes. I mean, there were some toxic moments here on the Hill nonstop. And so there's always been this thought, well, yes, the House is out, but do we really want them to be here right now? Because you saw how it was just when members are coming in and out. When you saw the Lawler, Jeffries back and forth, the Ruben Gallegos, Speaker Johnson, Mike Lawler back and forth that they had about Adelita Grijalva. Someone's been like, well, gosh, it would be like WWE here if the House was in session, especially with the government shut down and both sides blaming one another. So this has been intense.
All right. Well, listen, we're looking at we're looking at this continuing. I still am eyeing Thanksgiving as a time when I can't imagine we'll reach Thanksgiving with this shutdown. But then again, we see no signs of any relief right now. So I guess we're going to have to wait and see. All right, Ryan. Thank you, man. As always, we appreciate it. Have a great day.
Of course. Thank you.
All right, Ryan Schmelz with Fox News Radio. Or are you waving to me?
No, I put my headphones back.
Okay, all right. Sorry, I just saw something out of the corner of my eye like I'd made a mistake. Davey, what? Go ahead. I see it in your eyes. You're angry over something. What happened?
I'm not angry about nothing.
What happened, man? You seem like you're in a better mood today. All things are good. Yesterday went well. We got through that, and all is good.
Yeah, it was different having you guys in studio and then having
in studio,
and then having not in studio,
and then having guests in studio.
But I could handle anything.
You can. You absolutely can. That's
why he's the executive producer.
Exactly.
I'll even run in and save you from a burning building if you're on the toilet.
Okay. Okay.
I can't unsee that.
I never expected that combination, but there you go. Speaking of combinations, there's a new. This is gonna be huge, and it's already huge. There's a new AI app that is out. That is AI video. It's available only on your iPhone. It's not available yet on Android. Sorry, Tim.
Good.
Good, he says. I want to get into it because it's unbelievable.
How many AI apps do you have on your phone or your laptop?
Fewer than
like
you.
6 of them, right?
No. And this app here is an extension of ChatGPT.
Oh, okay.
So I'm the only one that I really use is ChatGPT. But there's some stuff you can get out there that's some. I mean, when kids are going to school and they're creating videos they shouldn't be creating, there are apps out there you can get that'll do anything. Most of them are like, I'm sorry, we have standards. That's how they talk to you. Yeah. But anyway, this video thing, I have a little sample. I'm gonna play for you.
Good.
And I was immediately thinking of our new Real Men Get Tested for Cancer commercial.
Oh.
Maybe we use this app to create it.
Yeah.
And which means sky is the limit.
Oh, good. Well, we only ticked off the governor this last one, so where can we go now?
That is true. Where can we go now? We'll get into it coming up in a second. Manaski does an update on news at 6:40. We'll talk to Ray Stajic also in a second, WIBX.
Yeah, but you won an award for it.
Yeah.
We did win an award for that. You're right. Award-winning Real Men Get Tested for Cancer. Here's Manaski with an update.
All right, WIBX 950 AM 92.3 FM news time is 6:40. This news update is brought to you by Clinton Tractor, the leader in service. Visit clintontractor.net. State police asking for the public's help in locating a missing 16-year-old girl from Marcy. State police say the girl was last seen on Tuesday at around 5 p.m. when she left her home and did not return. Investigators believe she may be in or around the city of Utica. You can find a photo and description of the girl on our website at WIBX950.com. The entire east wing of the White House being demolished to make room for President Trump's new ballroom. Trump saying Wednesday that he's tearing down the entire east wing to make space for his 90,000 square foot ballroom. The U.S. has destroyed a second alleged drug trafficking vessel in the Pacific Ocean. In a post on X, Secretary of War Pete Hegseth announced 3 alleged narco-terrorists were killed in the Eastern Pacific. Tinder is announcing a first-of-its-kind facial verification feature that helps confirm users are real and actually match their profile photos. Match Group, which owns Tinder, says the policy will apply to all new users in the United States. And balloon releases are now illegal in North Carolina. The law went into effect this morning, banning the organization of or participation in balloon releases. The goal is to cut down on litter, as balloons are believed to be one of the deadliest types of debris for marine wildlife. WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM news time, 6:42. Here's your forecast from the Weather Channel.
Fun weather day yesterday. Well, fun meteorologically. Lake effect rain showers. Yeah, that is a thing. In some spots, producing a little bit of thunder. Sign of things to come, right? I see a few scattered showers today. Breezy 55. Tonight, a few showers, 40. Maybe some wet snowflakes in the hills. Friday, a chance of showers, 53. And some more showers around early on Friday night. And a chance of showers Saturday. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stagek, WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Right now, partly cloudy and 46 at 6:42.
All right, come on up. We'll go to Ray Stagek Live and talk about the inevitable, the white stuff. While not a lot, there is snow in the forecast, and we'll explain and talk to Ray coming right up at WIBX.
You hear that? That's the sound of your business losing money. Legacy phone systems weren't built for today's teams. Quo, formerly OpenPhone, gives your business a smarter way to stay connected. Quo lets you manage calls, texts, voicemail, and contacts all in one place so that you can deliver a seamless customer experience from ring to... Need to take calls on the go? Quo automatically transcribes, summarizes, and highlights next steps from every call, so you never miss a detail. Need insight into what closes a sale? With Quo's AI call tags, you can instantly spot key topics like objections or pricing questions and use those insights to level up every customer interaction. And yes, you can bring your existing number with you for free. Keep your team in sync and your customers happy with Quo. Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/free and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's quo.com/free. QUO.com/free.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/radio to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
To get this special radio offer, go to leaffilter.com/radio for your free gutter inspection today and get up to 30% off. That's leaffilter.com/radio for up to 30% off. leaffilter.com/radio. See representative for warranty details.
If you have an IRA or 401k, then this message is definitely one you need to hear. The price of 1 troy ounce of silver has more than doubled in the past 24 months, and silver is poised for huge gains in the near term. That's why when you call Advantage Gold at 800-741-GOLD, you'll be positioned for the next wave of dramatic growth in precious metals. The devaluation of the U.S. dollar and the volatility of the stock market all play a part in why silver continues to be a safe haven location for your assets, and why precious metals continue to dominate in an uncertain financial climate. Learn more when you call 800-741-GOLD. We'll send you a free precious metals guide, plus a copy of former IMF Chairman Ken Rogoff's book, Our Dollar, Your Problem. The time is now for you to consider silver to protect your retirement. Call Advantage Advantage Gold at 800-741-4653 right now. Consult your financial advisor before investing. Call 800-741-GOLD.
Hi, Billy Mays here with the brand new Keeler Kill Switch. When that morning show starts yapping about something you can't stand, don't reach for the dial. Just press this big red button and BAM!
This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
So you're starting to see on social media a lot of these videos that are popping up they have a... Yeah. Kind of sounds like Bob Dylan a little bit. That movie is out, by the way, tonight. And I'll talk about us getting our tickets for that one. Anyway, these videos that have the watermark Sora. And they may be famous people and may not, and crazy things that are happening. And you're like, wow, that video is real. And then you realize, no, and if you're seeing the watermark Sora, S-O-R-A, it is not real. It is AI, and it is available to anyone with an iPhone today.
Oh.
So
Sora as opposed to Soros?
As opposed to Soros, and maybe that's where it
stirring
all
up that
comes.
nonsense.
So I'm making a video right now. That Billy Mays video is a Sora video. It's Billy Mays saying he's created the Keeler Kill Switch. When these people start saying something stupid, just hit this button and bang.
Yeah.
The new video I'll play for you. I don't know how it's going to turn out. It may not be good. But I think it's going to use an attempt at my likeness and voice.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. It's unbelievable. Or it could use, national celebrities or what have you, as long as the stuff supposedly is, quote, unapproved. In fact, I'm creating a video right now of Ray Stachik giving he's in front of a weather map, and he's saying sunshine and 70s all winter in upstate New York.
Yeah, that's what he said, right? He would be wrong. And one of the other reasons why I want to stay away from social, right, and AI and all that stuff.
I know.
I tell everybody, said you can't AI this, right, Bill? You can't.
That's right. Yeah. No. There is. I mean, think of it. If it did, somebody would say there's an error. The intelligence, the artificial intelligence, would be like, well, this can't be real. Right. There's no way we wouldn't recreate this moment.
They said that before AI to me.
That's true.
They're like, this can't be real.
This can't be real. Bring in the next guy. Come on.
Yeah. Try again.
Lordy. All right. Well, the one thing that can be real is it does seem we could be getting a little bit of the white stuff this weekend.
Yeah, maybe in some of the northern hills as soon as tonight. I think a better chance tomorrow night. And then another cold blast coming in for Saturday night, and Sunday. I think that is a better chance. And the Adirondacks especially of maybe seeing, I don't know about accumulating snowfall. I'm not going to say that officially, but maybe as some of the colder air comes in. We already have some lake effect rain showers or lake enhanced rain going on up in Jefferson County. I mean, raining real hard around Watertown, but it's 45 degrees. But it's kind of one of these signs to come. Ontario, Erie, both 4 degrees above average. The chatter's out now what that means as you've got warmer air in the lakes now than average, and then colder air starts coming in the winter season. Does that mean a bigger lake effect season or not? Just remember, it's almost like hurricane season. Everybody focuses on warm ocean temperatures in the way. There's more.
Yeah.
There's more to it than just that. You got to have the right direction of the winds coming across the lakes. You got to have a whole bunch of other things rather than just above normal water temperatures. But yes, I think for many, especially in the hill towns, looking at probably our first flakes of the season, accumulations, I'd say that's not off the table either. And I wouldn't be surprised if maybe we get into the weekend and early next week that even down closer to the New York State Thruway, yes, that means us here in Utica, Syracuse, over toward maybe even Albany, some of these snow showers could try to get into town. At least that's what some of the guidance is suggesting. So we're kind of making that change now, as it looks like, as all the cold air bottled up in Canada is trying to sneak south in little pieces here, at least to start the beginning of November.
Very interesting. And, last year it was the perfect storm, if you will, right?
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was set up for, proper wind direction and trajectory off the lakes, especially for the snow belt areas east of Lake Ontario. Erie, at least in the bigger population centers, Buffalo, Rochester didn't do as well. Same thing for Syracuse. But, it could be just a difference of a few miles. And, again, just like last year, you could have 300 inches of snow, and it might not be in Adams or it may not be in, Redfield.
Yeah.
But it could be Watertown, or conversely, it could be down into Mexico and Oswego County, or it could be Buffalo. So, there's a lot to unravel rather than just this hype right now going on about, well, the lakes are all 4 or 5 degrees above average, and it's going to be a huge lake effect season. Remember, lake effect's a microclimate, and that means less people impacted, and it could mean in each event that you have different geographical areas impacted too. Last year just seemed like it set up across the same spot. So no one winter, no one lake effect event or season is ever the same.
Here is Tim with a question that I think we've kind of asked before, but I think it's worth getting in there because everybody's talking about it.
Right. So I was looking at the paper this morning, whatever, and they were saying that it looks like we may have a weak La Nina event taking place this year, which I guess takes place every 3 or 4 years or whatever. Now, they were saying that we were going to experience snow and cold, but Bill, as always, was the contrarian.
Well, no, I'm not saying. What I'm saying is
you were saying
technically it's warmer. It's warmer, but we're on that in that area
snow.
where it'll be snow for us.
But this was saying that it was going to be a bit colder, and then in the kind of more mid-Atlantic states, they were going to be a little bit more normal or perhaps a little bit warmer. What's the truth?
Well, typical, if you average it out in the La Nina winter in the Northeast, it's typically at or slightly above average temperatures. Let's just say overall for the Northeast and New England states. But this year they've seemed to waver a little bit toward interior New England, New York State included in that in the Northeast, maybe edging toward a little bit colder than normal, then south of that, maybe a little bit milder. But that doesn't at all translate into how much snow we have because the thinking in La Nina winters is there's more opportunity for the I-95 corridor to have northeast storms and nor'easters come up the coast, and those are typically warmer systems. So there is some of that built into that, it could be instead of, 25 and snowing in New York City, it may be 30 or 31 and snowing in New York City.
Right.
The above average temperatures doesn't at all correlate to
no snow,
more or less snowfall. It could be 1 degree, and it's like, well, it's above average, and the average temperature is 30. And it was 31, still below freezing, and it still snows. So
what it certainly could mean for us, if all of this holds true, is more events that are wet, that wet heavy snow, which
it's not good for your roof.
Yeah, not good. Although Nor is 18 feet of snow,
right?
And those buildings to the north couldn't handle it last year,
right?
So you know what? Everybody, the thing that kills me is just like the hurricanes, Ray. Everybody, the big prediction was this is Armageddon hurricane season that's coming. And look at what happened to us. Nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's all about impact. It's impacts, and it's not necessarily in the numbers. And one thing on your wetter snow content, traditionally lake effect events are drier snow, and that's a good thing.
Yeah.
But like you said, when you get these nor'easters coming in, they're typically more of a maritime influence off the Atlantic, so it's a wetter, heavier snow. And many times when they do take a more inland track and we get snow in northern New York State, it ends up being a higher water content, and that's when we have to have even more concern for, some of these older structures that, if they weren't impacted last year, it could be impacted if we do get something like that this year. So there's probably been a lot of people after last year trying to reinforce some of those buildings.
Yeah.
So the bottom line is you meteorologists have all your bases covered. You're
exactly. I can dance. 3-day Ray.
That's it. I love it.
On 3 days.
All right, Ray. As always, we appreciate it, and so in the end of all of this, we could, especially to the north, higher elevations. We're in the valleys, so there's a very good chance that we'll get maybe more in the form of rain than any snow, but you never know.
Yeah.
You never know. All right, good stuff. Thank you, Ray. I appreciate it. Yep. All right, have a great day. Ray Stajic with the Weather Channel. Do you want to? So I've created some of these videos, and I got to tell you, I'm going to try to. I don't know how I'm going to get them up on YouTube at some point, but so there's one here. Let me see if I can bring this one up. This is kind of a fun one. Now I got to tell you something.
That is you.
I'm going to show you. Look at this.
I mean, that is so
Tim,
close to you.
Maybe you come over here and look.
Although it's a little a lot more weight in the face.
Yes, and I'm really trying to lose some pounds.
Well, I don't know about that.
This is putting them on heavily. In fact, I typed in, could you do the video? And like ChatGPT, if they do a picture for you, you can then type in and say, make it look a little more colorful. So I tried to do the same thing with this. Make him look thinner. And all of a sudden, this black girl popped up, and it said, hello, I'm thinner. And like, you're not understanding what I'm saying. I don't know how that happened. Nonetheless, here, I'm going to see if I can play the audio. So this is me walking into the radio studio. Not bad, though, right? Like, unbelievably, you would think, this is how, when you see these videos, you're like, I think that might be real, and then you're like, no, it's not.
Yeah, that's definitely your doppelganger, if it's not you.
No doubt about it. Watch here. See if I can get audio to play, and I'm not going to be able to. Darn it. Look at that. And then, boom, I turn into... what it's basically saying on the video is, that looks pretty darn good.
Yeah, that one looks just like you. So does that. Not the one where you're standing up, though.
And the one with spaghetti on my head. So what this basically is it's me coming up to the camera, and I'll play audio in a little bit. Coming up to the camera and saying, I'm real. Some people think that I'm actually AI. I can prove that I'm real, and then, boom, all of a sudden my brain turns into spaghetti, and you realize, turns out he was AI after all. He's not real. But, Davey, that looks pretty much like me, right?
Right there?
It don't look like
here's
right there. It doesn't look like him.
It does, but not
Yeah.
the one with walking into the camera.
Well, if you look at the whole thing, it looks just like me. It's unbelievable. Like that. Look at the spaghetti on my head. Totally looks like me. Okay. Well, thank you, Davey. Thank you for ruining my bet. I appreciate it. Thank you. Okay. Here is a couple of others that I did. Here's me walking in, saying we're going to give away some money today. And I'm going through the roof of the studio. Boom, and I'm flying into the sky. It's unbelievable. All you have to do is, this one has me really heavy. Like, all of a sudden, I become way heavier than I am. But all you have to do is type in, they'll scan your face, and then they do the body on there. They do the body, the AI does the body. And you say, I want in this video to... Now, here's one that I did, and it rejected me. It said, this content may violate our guardrails around nudity, sexuality, and erotic content.
Well, what did you put in, Bill?
It was the same video of, I'm talking about not being AI, that I'm real, and then all of a sudden my head explodes into a bowl of spaghetti. So I redid the video by saying, my head playfully... I added the word playfully explodes into a bowl of spaghetti, and it allowed that. But what it thought I was doing sexually with a bowl of spaghetti, I have no idea. But apparently...
AI knows you too well.
AI knows me. They know me. All right, a quick break, and next hour, comptroller debate. Seminaro versus Miola.
Send us questions and comments.
Anything you want. We're going to do it for the hour. Coming up next hour.
From the Stanley Theater Studios, WIBX Utica, Rome,
W295EI,
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM, celebrating 100 years.
Instead of a summit, sanctions. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. President Trump is targeting the two biggest Russian oil companies after calling off his planned second summit with Russian leader Vladimir Putin, who keeps waging war in Ukraine.
It didn't feel right to me. It didn't feel like we were going to get to the place we have to get, so I canceled it. but we'll do it in the future.
And it's not just the U.S. imposing sanctions. Our allies overseas are, too.
This 19th package of European Union sanctions includes banning the import of Russian liquefied natural gas, intended as a blow to the valuable income stream Russia gets from selling energy. The new package also adds travel restrictions on Russian diplomats and identifies over 100 more vessels from Moscow's sanction-evading shadow fleet.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. The U.S. military has blown up another drug boat. The ninth one suspected of trafficking illegal drugs from South America, killing 3 on board. Secretary of State Marco Rubio blames
dangerous, violent drug cartels that operate as terrorists who are flooding our country with drugs.
Rubio said that before taking off for Israel to monitor a Gaza ceasefire still in place. This hasn't happened at the Vatican in more than 500 years. In that service in the Sistine Chapel, Britain's King Charles prayed with Pope Leo. No British monarch has done that with any pope since the 1500s. Less than 2 weeks before the New York City election for mayor getting national attention, the Democratic frontrunner, President Trump calls a communist, debated his rivals again last night.
I look forward to being a mayor for every single person that calls this city home.
And Zoran Mamdani sparred with former Governor Andrew Cuomo on Spectrum News, New York 1.
You have never had a job. You've never accomplished anything.
Republican Curtis Sliwa, distant third in the polls, took aim at both.
Zoran, your resume could fit on a cocktail napkin. And Andrew, your failures could fill a public school library in New York City.
America's listening to Fox News.
This month, Pure Talk is supporting Canines for Warriors, a terrific organization that trains rescue dogs and then pairs them up with combat vets struggling with PTSD. This is why I switched to Pure Talk. Sure, I like the unlimited talk, text, and plenty of 5G data for just $25 a month, and you will too. But you will love being in business with a company that shares your values. Dial pound 250, say micro, and switch to an American wireless company that actually stands for something. Pure Talk.
It's Cybersecurity Awareness Month. LifeLock is here with tips to help protect your identity. Use strong passwords, set up multi-factor authentication, report scams, and update your software. And for comprehensive identity protection, LifeLock is your best choice. LifeLock alerts you to suspicious uses of your personal information and fixes identity theft, guaranteed, or your money back. Start your protection today with a 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com. Use promo code NEWS. Terms apply.
Chicago has company pushing back on the Trump deportation agenda and illegal immigration raids.
ICE is not welcome on our county facilities and controlled lands.
Sylvia Arenas and the Santa Clara County Board of Supervisors in California voted unanimously to establish ICE-free zones. Also in California, another truck driver in the U.S. illegally causes a deadly crash.
The driver of a big rig that drove into slow-moving traffic on Interstate 10 in Ontario, California, Tuesday, killing 3 people, is identified as Jashanpreet Singh, 21 years old, from India, arrested on suspicion of gross vehicular manslaughter while intoxicated. Police say he was high on drugs and never hit the brakes, causing a chain reaction crash involving 8 vehicles. 2 people were hospitalized with serious injuries. Federal law enforcement sources tell Fox Singh was caught after illegally crossing the southern border in 2022, then released pending an immigration hearing. 2 other truck drivers in the country illegally face criminal charges for deadly crashes in Florida and Indiana. Chris Foster, Fox News.
On Wall Street today after a big sell-off, Dow and NASDAQ futures are down a little. The NFL is not going to punt its Super Bowl halftime plan after President Trump called choosing Bad Bunny ridiculous, and thousands of Trump supporters signed a petition calling for change.
The NFL is standing by Bad Bunny as its Super Bowl halftime headliner. Commissioner Roger Goodell said Wednesday the league is not considering dropping him. Speaking after the NFL's fall owners meeting, Goodell said the league expects backlash given its massive audience, but added that Bad Bunny's star power is exactly what the halftime show is about. Goodell said he's one of the leading and most popular entertainers in the world. The Puerto Rican artist has been outspoken in his criticism of President Donald Trump and ICE. The Super Bowl will be hosted by the San Francisco 49ers on February 8th at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara, California. Michelle Polino, Fox News.
Week 8 of the NFL season kicks off tonight. Minnesota versus the LA Chargers. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
We have partly cloudy skies, 46 degrees. Good morning. I'm Jeff Manaski. WIBX 950 AM 92.3 FM news time is 7:05. This news update is brought to you by the new destination Kia of Utica on Commercial Drive in Yorkville. Authorities are asking for help in locating a missing local girl. Police say 16-year-old Paige Roberts of Marcy was last seen on Tuesday at around 5 p.m. when she left her home and has not returned since. Investigators believe she may be in or around the city of Utica. You can find a photo on our website. She's described as 5'2", approximately 150 pounds, blonde hair and blue eyes. She also has a tattoo on her left forearm that reads "Believe" in black ink. Again, a photo on our website. A suspect wanted in connection with a murder in Syracuse is found hundreds of miles away in Arkansas. U.S. Marshals taking Rafaya Oselmo into custody earlier this week. Authorities say he was involved allegedly in a shooting on September 16th that resulted in the death of 26-year-old Jakari Townsend. Oselmo is being held in Arkansas until he can be extradited back to the area. There is a unique-looking vehicle that you might see driving around the New Hartford area. It's called the Bootmobile, the famous 13-foot-tall, 20-foot-long, road-ready replica of an iconic Maine hunting shoe has been spreading as LL Bean opened up.
I did see it.
You did see it?
Yeah, I saw it.
Were you impressed?
I was. It's kind of like in the same vein as the hot dog.
The Wienermobile.
The Wienermobile, yeah.
It's built
this is a boot.
It's built on the frame of a Ford F-250.
The Oscar Mayer Wiener.
Oscar Mayer Wiener, yeah.
The Bootmobile came to life thanks to a 6-person team that spent over 2,500 hours across 7 weeks perfecting all the details to make it look like a real boot.
It looks really cool, and apparently that LL Bean, which is opening up in the what do they call the Orchard? Is it the Orchard or
no,
the
Consumer Square?
Square.
Tomorrow's the official grand opening. If you get there before starting at 6 o'clock, you can stand in line and win it could be one $50 gift cards they're going to be giving.
Oh, hey, how about you go over there tomorrow morning, and we'll give you a telephone, and maybe you and any gift card you get, you keep.
Well, the 6 p.m., right?
6 a.m.
6 a.m.
6 a.m.
Yeah, you got to get over there at 5 o'clock.
I'm up at 5 o'clock.
You're up at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
This will be like
I like it.
the old days with
so the old Keeler
Black
show.
Friday shopping.
Black Friday shopping.
I didn't mean the old Keeler show in that regard, but
we're gonna have Davey take off most of it, wear a bathing suit, and we'll dress him up in garland and Christmas lights. It'll be a lot of fun.
No thanks.
Okay, but tomorrow you think about that and let me know.
I'll
You're
do
in.
it.
Yeah.
I'm up at 4:30, 4:45 every morning.
What time do they open? 6.
Well,
All right,
they open up at 9, I think.
There will be people. I'm going to tell you.
There are going to be people camping out over there tonight.
Yeah, for a $50 gift card. Are you kidding me?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I don't think they're going to camp out for a $50 gift card.
Yeah. Yep, they will.
We're a different society than we were a few years ago. But right? Black Friday's not like it used to be at all, is it?
It is not. It is not. That's because Black Friday starts on, Off-White Thursday. Right? Everybody's out there on Thursdays. So, all right. Are you done?
Yes, we can go to the forecast.
Right. Let's do a little weather forecast here with Ray Stasiak.
Fun weather day yesterday. Well, fun meteorologically. Lake effect rain showers. Yeah, that is a thing. In some spots, producing a little bit of thunder. Sign of things to come, right? You see a few scattered showers today. Breezy 55. Tonight, a few showers 40. Maybe some wet snowflakes in the hills. Friday, a chance of showers 53, and some more showers around early on Friday night, and a chance of showers Saturday. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stasiak, WIBX, 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Currently, I'm sorry. We'll skip sports if you're okay with that. I want to get these guys going. 44 degrees and partly cloudy. Anything you wanted to add for sports? Comments?
No,
I
have a knot in my back. It's really uncomfortable. Yeah.
Hey, I've got this inversion table I could bring in.
I'll tell you what, if it was here, I'd be on it right now.
You would be on it. Okay, coming up after the first of the year, Utica will have a new comptroller. And will it be Mike Sermonaro or will it be Frank Miola? The election is coming up on November 4th. Early voting begins Saturday.
Wow.
Believe it or not. And so maybe you're sitting there at the edge of your seat wondering who will I vote for. Maybe you're just really interested in the fact that you're going to get a little back and forth between the two of them to see where they stand. It is Oneida County's largest city, and it's looking for a new comptroller, the city. And on Election Day, you'll have the choice, Mike Sermonaro or Frank Miola. The two of them will be sitting next to each other here in studio. They're actually chatting in the other room, so a lot of kumbaya going on already. And they will debate here. We have some great questions, and we'll get to it. Coming up next to WIBX.
Clearing out your home or commercial building, John's Cleanouts and Property Preservation will handle it for you. We handle residential or any size commercial property, before and after estate sale cleanouts or any junk removal service. John's Cleanouts and Property Preservation is a 5-star rated and background checked business, providing service you can count on, and we're fully insured in the industry. Call John's Cleanouts and Property Preservation today and take the stress out of your mess.
It's Cybersecurity Awareness Month. LifeLock is here with tips to help protect your identity. Use strong passwords, set up multi-factor authentication, report scams, and update your software. And for comprehensive identity protection, LifeLock is your best choice. LifeLock alerts you to suspicious uses of your personal information and fixes identity theft, guaranteed, or your money back. Start your protection today with a 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com. Use promo code NEWS. Terms apply.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. Trade stocks and ETFs, options, futures, and crypto all on one platform. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move. All investments involve risk, including loss of principal. Options, futures, and crypto trading carry significant risk and may not suit all investors. Securities offered through Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC. Futures trading is offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Crypto offered through Robinhood Crypto LLC, NMLS ID 1702840, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Portfolio management offered by Robinhood Strategies, an SEC registered advisor.
The City of Utica's Controller's race is one of the most important in recent years. It requires a person with the qualifications and proven hands-on financial experience needed to be our city's chief financial officer. That person is hands down Mike Sermonaro. Mike is a proven leader spanning almost 40 years of experience throughout city government and is known for his toughness, fairness, and his extraordinary work ethic. Vote for Mike Sermonaro for Utica City Controller, a proven and very capable leader. Paid for by Mike Sermonaro for Controller.
Quiet down, here she comes. Shh. Surprise! Your accountant just emailed to say your quarterly taxes are way higher than you were expecting.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting discounts with a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Also, your favorite employee is leaving. They're going to pursue their dream of being a veterinarian.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
He digs, he turns, he dives. It is a touchdown. It is a touchdown.
The NFL is on Westwood One.
Uncorks a deep ball downfield into the end zone. A crowd is there, and it is caught. Touchdown. Miraculous.
The NFL plays here all season long on WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. WIBX.
This is Keeler.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you that Frank Miola and Mike Sermonaro are both in studio. Or are they AI? I don't know. You're going to have to determine for yourself. It is the type of world we live in today. Crazy, right? Good morning, Frank Miola.
Good morning, Bill, and thank you very much for having me on your show. And this is Frank Miola. You can count down Frank Miola. Frank Miola.
Okay, all right. It's definitely you. I believe the same is for Mike Sermonaro. Good morning.
No, this is my twin. Mike Sermonaro's up at the golf course right now.
Okay, all right.
And thank you, good morning, for inviting us.
Chasing two kids on an ATV.
On the ATV.
Yeah.
We got them, though.
You did get them.
UPD did a great job.
All right. You guys know Tim Reed, who is in here as well. And
morning, gentlemen.
And Jeff Manaski. And so the way we're going to make this somewhat informal and give you both an opportunity to speak. And you know, if the listener has a question, 315-736-0186. Jeff is having some back spasms right now, but other than that, he is doing really well.
Well, you'd think they give you a better chair. You know,
this is a good chair.
Vibrating chair or something like that you could turn on so you can move around.
I think it's the way I slept.
It won't be long, and we're all going to have the chairs that help you get out of the chair, right? You hit the little button, and it sends you on your way. Yeah, stands you right up. All right, Manaski, first question here.
Well, I'll give them both an opportunity for, I guess, an opening statement and to talk about why they're running. I guess, Mike, would you go first?
Very good. After 40 years of experience and just turning 76 years old, you look at this time of your life a little bit differently than when you were younger. You look at it from an elderly statesman, spokesman, a person that has just a wealth of knowledge, working many jobs, and how could I use that to help my city, to help the mayor, to help whoever the mayor he or she is, or to help the common council where they are? Can I contribute? And I can. I have that knowledge, I have that background experience that maybe we can contribute to the turnaround of the city of Utica, because the city is experiencing a little bit of a decline right now. And I think there's things that we can do going forward to stem that, and steps are being taken right now to do that and put it back on a solid financial footing. I was approached to run for this seat. This isn't something that said, oh, I think I'm going to run for controller. I was approached by community leaders, top officials from both parties. Bill Morehouse has to leave. Term limits the same way I had to leave when I was controller years ago from term limits. And I couldn't believe the outpouring of people that were calling me to come back because they are used to having stability in that office. And that's what I will bring to that office, that stability.
All right. Frank Miola.
Well, I only have about 20 years in government, but mostly it was on the financial part of government. I like challenges. I like financial challenges. When I see something, I like to go in there and try to fix it. That's what I did all my life since I was 12 years old. I used to take the toaster apart, but my father had to put it together if he wanted his English muffins in the morning. So when I see something broke, I like to fix it. And the city's not to the broke stage just yet. Broke meaning negative reserves and building it back. And I was there for the rebound, the recovery period. City had it hard back then. I know how it is to work without things. I know how it is to not have what we really need to get things done in city government. Been there, and we resolved those problems. When you build something from nothing, when you build a financial plan, a recovery plan, and you had nothing to start with, that takes a lot of management, it takes a lot of foresight, and it takes a lot of planning for our future. I like doing that. I've done that all my life. I've done it in my business. I even helped a lot of people in their businesses. When they run into a jam, individuals run into a jam with their cars or at home mortgages and stuff like that, tell them, I have a financial plan for them, help them through things. I enjoy it, and that's why I hope to be your next controller.
All right, Manaski.
So both of you in your opening statements, Mr. Seminaro, you referred to a decline, and Mr. Miola, you talked about financial challenges. Can you expound on that? What are the some of the issues that you see the city having at this moment where the comptroller's office can improve that?
Oh, absolutely. The what we're feeling going door to door is that many people are a little distraught about the tax increases. One last year and one before the prior year, and possibly one coming up next year. So realistically, they want to know where their money's going. Let's make it simple. If you're paying into something and you're paying more, it's like buying an item. It's like buying a car without options and buying a car with options. At least you can see the options in a car. The problem with government, you're not seeing where your money's going. So realistically, at the doors, they just want to know where their money's going. They want a layout of those tax increases and how it's being allocated in their government.
I think the Comptroller's office has done an absolutely spectacular job under Bill Morehouse. From 2018 to 2024, there was this liaison on the Common Council and in the administration not to raise taxes. But when you go into the salary lines, when you go into the wage lines, when you go into the medical lines, into retirement lines, expenses were going through the roof in that period. But property taxes were not raised to keep up with that. And the poor son of a gun that was going to be the next mayor, whether it was Mike Galimi, whether it was Celeste, or whether it was Frank DeBangle, were going to get hit right in the head, because that's when the canary in the coal mine was going to start yelling, and that's exactly what has happened. Bill Morehouse and his team warned the administration, warned the Common Council back then, you're heading for disaster. You're heading for negative, not negative fund balance, but a downturn in your finances. That's why they asked me to come on board. I was the controller when the city of Utica started to go the other way. The controller's office from the state of New York was sent in by Mr. Palmieri to assist us in a recovery. One of the key points in that recovery plan was listen to your city controller, Mike Sermonaro, who had the wherewithal and the plan to put the footing back on. And we worked with the Common Council. We worked with the administration to get the city back on sound financial footing. Are we in that point right now? No, we still have reserves, but the expenses are still rising. The revenues are still flat, so we got to reverse that trend. The Common Council and the mayor are working together to do that. We got sales tax in higher, and we got cannabis tax in now, so we do have a ray of light to turn this thing around permanently.
Yeah, I had a question, and it really doesn't affect you guys directly, but there's been, I think, a lot of concern in regards to the $62 million in ARPA funds that took place. And I don't know how much the controller would really have a word towards that. I would assume some. What are your thoughts in regards to how the funds were used, and do you totally agree with it? Were there things you might have done differently or whatever in regards to the funding for that?
Let's start with Mike on this one.
Well, Tim, first of all, the city was awarded $64 million. The federal government took $3 million out of that for administrative purposes, so we were left with $60.8, almost $61 million. When that money came in to the city of Utica back in, I think half of the tranche was $30 million in 2021, the other half 2022. It was like Santa Claus just gave the city this huge check. The oversight on that money, all that money was allocated and approved by the Common Council. New funding was put in place. All these wonderful projects were put on the books. I don't even think there was a cent iota of really looking at the taxpayers. This was, like I said, Christmas in July, and all these pet little projects were just put on the books, and it was incredible. Where the administration lost it was that they were spending money on these projects and not handing in the bills so these projects would be paid. Controller Morehouse, Carmi Scalise, Diana Corey kept telling the department heads, get the bills in so we know where we got to charge the accounts, how much we're paying. Millions of dollars were not being brought as far as bills to the controller's office to be paid. And then, I said this before and I get in trouble saying this, this is why I'm against term limits. Because in the last 2 or 3 years of administration, people were leaving. The budget director left to find a job. The city engineer walked out. It was complete and utter chaos, and the only people that were holding things together was Bill Morehouse and the controller's office, because everybody was looking for jobs to get away from this thing. Thank the good Lord, when Mayor Galimi got in, the first thing he did was put a halt to all ARPA spending to find out where we were. Diana Corey, Carmi Scalise, the controller, worked incredibly, 75 total projects to get now where these bills were being paid, accounted for properly, and get some kind of handle on where we are. We got $3.4 million left in the bank account. It's all been encumbered. It's all allocated for certain projects. But the mayor did a great job working with the controller's office to find out where the hell we were after these 4 years of spending.
Have those projects been audited, how the money was spent?
Yeah,
You're in there now.
We're audited every year. I mean, this is the fallacy that's going on. Where did the money go? Auditors audit our books every year.
So I'll give you a chance to respond to that. Go ahead, Frank.
Yep.
Actually, the breakdown and the job scope was not audited for each project. No, that wasn't done.
Sure was done. It was certainly done.
The HUD, the people who oversee it, they make sure the money is dispersed properly in that realm in what you did for the project. So if you plan the project out, it should be completed, and you can't use that money for a different project. So they're really tight on how you spend the money, especially at the federal government. With that said, Mike alluded to the engineering department not coming with the bills. So if you already allocated the money for the project, you have the money to pay those bills. Even if they're holding the money, even if they're holding it, government's supposed to allocate the funds first. Of course, there's change orders during projects. We all know this. So if there's change orders, what percentage, and see if we still have the money in that fund that we put aside for that project. Government works very simple. You can't go bid out a project unless you have the funds, okay? So they bid out the project first, the funds are available, and the contractor knows what they have to work under. They have a budget, just like everybody else does. Once that's completed, if there's overtures, they have to go back to the administration and ask them, do you have the money to pay for this? Now, that's where, of course, the controller comes in, yes or no. Or they don't finish the project, or something is stalled. So that's how we actually work. That's the process that we have from the beginning to the end.
That's not quite true. That's not quite true at all. When the projects are put on a book, the city of Utica hired a consultant to make sure that the projects were federally qualified to be done. We're not going to build, like, for instance, at Valley View. I'll give a classic example. I wanted to tear down the old Bertolini Clubhouse. It would not come under the COVID money, so they had to add on to it. Every single one of those projects that was put on the books were put on the books at the behest of the people that we contracted with. Every year, auditors come in. We have to file a single audit to the federal government. We have to file an audit with the state of New York. Everything is audited up to that point in time. So if a contractor, and you know yourself, during COVID, a lot of projects were held up. They couldn't get materials for it. So there was a big year lag in getting bills and getting costs in. That's what led to a lot of confusion. And it was the controller's office that stepped forward, like a controller's supposed to do, like I did when I was city controller, and warn the administration, warn the council. Now, here's the best thing. When the ARPA funds came into the city of Utica, and you look at the budgets that were presented to this common council for 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024 to be voted on, there were no ARPA numbers in that budget. No council member, no one asked about why aren't the ARPA numbers in our budgets to go over and pass. So if you were to look at these old budgets now, all $61 million was not even in the budget to be voted on and discussed. Look at the budget and you'll find out. And let me clear up one thing also. The city of Utica never had a negative fund balance. In 2011, in 2012, in 2013, in 2012, our fund balance was $700,000. There was no negative fund balance. That was perpetrated by Democrats in the city government that in the preliminary findings wanted the city of Utica to show a negative fund balance. Never happened. We have the audited numbers.
Frank, you want to respond to that? I'm only looking at your face.
Yeah, according to Peter Farrell, who's our budget director, right out of his mouth, there was negative $15,000 in our fund balance. But I'll take Mike Seminaro's number for $700,000. But from $700,000 in 2012, our recovery plan ended up with $14 million in reserves. You don't do that by not knowing how to move finances and not moving forward on different finances in the city of Utica. See, the budget itself is a contained number. During that year, it's challenging the mayor, the controller, and the council to find ways to cut expenses and to find ways to make additional revenues. That's their job during the year. You have a budget. Work inside that budget and save the tax dollars and have a surplus. Show them you're doing your job by producing a surplus at the end of the year because you're spending the money properly.
We have Frank Miola and Mike Sermonaro both running for comptroller in the city of Utica. If I can, I want to, before we break, I want to go back to the issue of taxes and the raised taxes in the city with the increase from Mike Galimi. Mike, you're saying that this was because they ignored the comptroller and did not incrementally raise taxes over the years.
Exactly.
As you were saying that, Frank, you are shaking your head. So I just want to delve into that just a little bit.
Absolutely.
And let's start with Frank and give you both the chance to speak about this topic because it's a big one.
As I said before, we had a low fund balance. I'll go with Mike's number, $700,000. I'll take that in consideration. But we ended up with $14 million at the end of 2024 fund balance. So from 700,000, 14 million. Okay. Now your debt started off with 6.9 million, left it with 4.2 million in debt. Okay. Those are your debt payments. Okay. Next part, the ARPA money. So why would you raise taxes in between when, as Mike said, you got an inflow of around $60 million? It's $60 million of people's federal tax dollars. You're going to raise taxes too? You drag that money as long as you could so you don't have to raise taxes. All right? So anybody who actually tells you should have raised taxes for what? What are you going to give these people for raising their taxes? I want to know. All right? Because if we're being able to pay all our bills with the money we have, why do you want to raise taxes for? You just take it from the
huge proposal. Mayors don't raise taxes, Frank. You know that. Only you, the Common Council, raises taxes. The mayor presents a plan, and the monies, the $60 million Christmas monies, were gone. But all this time, salaries went from $31 million in 2018 to $39 million in 2024. Health insurance retirement went from $34 million up to $38 million. You were covering it with all this Christmas money. The Christmas money was gone, and poor Mike Galimi or Frank DeBrang or Celeste was going to be stuck with that mess. The controller office warned you. You don't want to know nothing because you kept saying like you're just saying now, why would we raise taxes? You kicked the can down the road, and poor Mike Galimi or Celeste or Frank had to deal with the can going down over the edge.
May I? Mm-hmm. Well, if you're the controller, right? And if you're not, you're the chief fiscal advisor, okay? So you put together a budget. I know Mike assisted in two budget years. We all know this. So last year he assisted on the 16%, and this year he assisted on the 9.7% budget. All right, with Mike Galimi, which is fine.
Which is totally misconstruing the facts, but go ahead.
But he assisted in the budget, okay? So with that said, you're the controller, all right? People are supposed to listen to you. Well, I guess they don't want to listen to him. They want to listen to me. I'm giving them a choice.
Wow.
You don't have to go down this road every time. You don't have to go to taxpayers every time you need money. You can develop a plan. You can change your management. You can find revenues. That's your job, okay? You don't have to go back. Now, say take this into consideration. He increased the cost of doing business in government, all right? Of course, he had all that money. He's going to have every bell of whistles. He's going to have all the luxury he could. So take out those luxuries. Drop it down. Make the cuts that are needed, all right, to bring the budget back down again so people can digest the increase of taxes, all right? There's all different ways we can resolve these issues. There's all different ways we can generate revenues. You guys want revenue generators? I can list a couple of them right off the get-go, all right? Tell me what you want. Let's get the job done together, all right? There's tons of financial minds out there. And do you believe that if you put a problem out there, just like IA, you can get this problem resolved, all right? There are a ton of retired accountants. There's a ton of retired bankers who want to step in and assist us, all right? They're friends of mine. Well, they're lucky they're retired before I was because they made better financial moves than I did. But that's what we need to turn the city around and to make a positive cash flow to us.
Frank, you just admitted they followed you. And you, for 4 years, did not raise taxes, then left it to the next council and the next mayor to deal with. You just admitted it. And that's what a controller does. They front run those problems, just like I warned you back in 2007, 8, 9. The city was running low on cash, and you did nothing. And then finally, when the can is ready to go over the edge, you had to cut 50 jobs out of the city of Utica, police and fire. It took them years to recover after listening to you. And now we're in the same boat again. Frank, that's why they came and asked me to become city controller again, because of the mess you guys created the last 4 years with all this Christmas money sloshing around. Now we got to pay the piper.
Well, back in 2012, I wasn't the controller. I was a councilman. We didn't even have any budgetary powers back then. Well, no, we had budgetary powers by 2012. I put it on the ballot in 2008. But, of course, Mike was the controller. So if they were actually listening to him, listening to the problems, why weren't they getting done? Why weren't they getting done? So the difference between myself and Mike is my plans are laid out. They're not laid out very hard or not. They're easy to understand. There's receivables and there's payables and there's expenses and there's income, capital plans, okay? So you put it all together. You give yourself some time to resolve these issues. You can't do it, snap your fingers and overnight have $14 million in the bank. It's not done. It's done through good management every year, saving a little bit and generating revenues. That's what was done.
You know
through
what
those
helped
years.
save them 4 years ago? He talks about the $14 million fund balance, and he's correct. You know why? Because the state of New York started to tax online sales. So that year, it went up $3 million. And that was one of the buffers that they used to to cover up for the expenses going sky high and the revenues leveling off. Then all of a sudden, from the state of New York, this $3 million bump. So it helped cushion that graph, so to speak. The expenses never rolled. They're going steeper and steeper. Our revenues, once we got that $3 million bump, started to go sideways. The next mayor, the next common council had to deal with that. 4 years, you guys on the common council, 5 years, from 2018 to 24, did not keep up with the looming crisis with expenses. And that's why we're in that mess. But we're going to turn it around, Frank. We're going to turn it around. Because like I said at the meeting the other night, when I put my hand on the Bible, if the people of the city of Utica will allow me, I'd be very proud to be their controller again. When I put my hand on the Bible and I raise my right hand, I'm no longer a Democrat. I'm no longer a Republican. I'm Mike Seminaro because my name is on those checks. And if you vote for me, your name's on that check also. And I take that responsibility seriously. I was taken to court years ago because I refused to pay a bill that I thought was egregious.
Well, he just talked about adding $3 million in sales tax, right? Where did that money go? Did it go to be spent? He just said it. We banked it. Do you understand this? He's defeating himself. All right. If you had $3 million extra, and he said it went to that $14 million, that's good. We saved it. Did we spend it? What did we do with it? Come on. All right. Let's figure things out, guys. Let's actually look at how these numbers are being spent. All right. Let's work together. All right. I know. And in prior things, they want to blame old mayors. They want to blame old councils. They're not the fiscal advisor.
But they're the ones that set the policy, Frank, for us that we got to deal with.
May I finish without being interrupted, gentlemen?
Go ahead.
Thank you. They're not the fiscal advisor. Most mayors are not really good at finances, and most council members are not really good at finances.
Oh, that's a bad statement to make.
So
May I finish?
Go ahead. Yes, please finish.
So when you put together a financial plan, you're the chief fiscal advisor. So back in 2012, Mike was the chief fiscal advisor. Okay?
Thank God.
Okay.
Thank God. Stop doing that.
Come on, Jeff. My wife loves you.
So let's believe that you're supposed to give options to the Common Council and the Mayor's office on how to spend money. Not just one plan. Here's many options, gentlemen and ladies. What do you want to decide? It's your future. It's your city.
Okay, you want me to take a break? Okay, we're going to take a break. Let everybody take a breather. Get a cup of coffee if you like, some water, some wine, some vodka. They say
vodka's good.
Vodka, tequila, the cleanest alcohol out there. That's what I've heard, Tim. Quick break, and we'll come back.
All right. I apologize for interrupting. That won't happen again.
Mike Sermonaro, Frank Miola, both are very passionate. At the end of the day, you're both love the city.
We love our city.
And you're passionate
Absolutely.
about it. So that is something I think we can all appreciate. Stand by. We'll come right back at WIBX.
BME Company Business Machines and Equipment has been delivering office solutions for businesses in upstate New York for over 30 years. Their success comes from finding the right document management strategies and software solutions for streamlining workflows. Simply put, BME provides fast, reliable service at the best value to keep your business running smoothly. Through BME's strategic partnership with Hummel's Office Plus, they distribute supplies for just about every machine in your office at a great price. BME welcomes the opportunity to serve your business, selling, leasing, and service in Canon and Kyocera devices, as well as FP mailing solutions. An important part of BME's culture is supporting the communities they're fortunate to work in, and BME recognizes that support is one reason for their success. The future of business in BME's area is encouraging, and the company is grateful to be a part of that growth. Call BME Company at 315-574-8200 or visit BMEcompany.com. BME Company Office Solutions. Made simple.
Hey, Doc, nice office. Quick question. If you had to choose, would you give yourself a root canal or run payroll?
Run payroll, no question.
Seriously? Have you run payroll before?
Paying my team with Gusto couldn't be easier. Gusto gives me unlimited payroll runs, next day direct deposits, and automatically files my taxes. Saves me time.
Wow, that's nice.
Over here, Doc. Can I run payroll too?
Choose payroll without the pain. Visit gusto.com/radio to sign up for free.
It's Cybersecurity Awareness Month. LifeLock is here with tips to help protect your identity. Use strong passwords, set up multi-factor authentication, report scams, and update your software. And for comprehensive identity protection, LifeLock is your best choice. LifeLock alerts you to suspicious uses of your personal information and fixes identity theft, guaranteed, or your money back. Start your protection today with a 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com. Use promo code NEWS. Terms apply.
This station is brought to you by John's Mobile Home Parts and Accessories in Oriskany Falls. For all your mobile home needs, it's worth the trip. Visit johnsmobilehomeparts.com for more info.
Whatever you need to haul, landscaping tools, heavy construction gear, or even livestock, Clinton Tractor has the trailer for the job. Choose steel, aluminum, or galvanized frames from 500 pounds to 55 tons with trusted names like B-Wise, Eager Beaver, and EB. For trailers, parts, and service you can count on, visit the Caladona family at Clinton Tractor.
We are the leader in service, Clinton Tractor.
ClintonTractor.net.
Some firsts you'd like to leave in the rearview mirror. Other firsts are life-changing. Nokian Tires invented the first all-weather tire 25 years ago to serve as a true year-round driving solution. We infuse our tires with aramid fibers for pothole protection, and we subject our products to Arctic conditions at the largest winter tire test facility in the world. Make safety your first priority. Nokian Tires. First things first. Visit Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, and Herkimer, or online at tallmanstire.com.
Don't overpay for your next mattress. Take advantage of Mattress Express's guaranteed lowest price program. Bring in any locally advertised price on a mattress we carry, and we will beat the price. Go to mattressexpressny.com.
If you have an IRA or 401k, then this message is definitely one you need to hear. The price of 1 troy ounce of silver has more than doubled in the past 24 months, and silver is poised for huge gains in the near term. That's why when you call Advantage Gold at 800-741-GOLD, you'll be positioned for the next wave of dramatic growth in precious metals. The devaluation of the U.S. dollar and the volatility of the stock market all play a part in why silver continues to be a safe haven location for your assets, and why precious metals continue to dominate in an uncertain financial climate. Learn more when you call 800-741-GOLD. We'll send you a free precious metals guide, plus a copy of former IMF Chairman Ken Rogoff's book, Our Dollar, Your Problem. The time is now for you to consider silver to protect your retirement. Call Advantage Gold at 800-741-4653 right now. Consult your financial advisor before investing. Call 800-741-GOLD.
Fun weather day yesterday. Well, fun meteorologically. Lake effect rain showers. Yeah, that is a thing. In some spots, producing a little bit of thunder. Sign of things to come, right? I see a few scattered showers today. Breezy 55. Tonight, a few showers 40. Maybe some wet snowflakes in the hills. Friday, a chance of showers 53. And some more showers around early on Friday night. And a chance of showers Saturday. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stage at WIBX, 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Celebrating 100 years. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
Hi, good morning. And in studio currently, Tim Reed is in to assist here this morning. Jeff Manaski, of course, and the candidates for Utica Comptroller, Mike Sermonaro and Frank Miola, in here. And I don't know, Tim got stuff going where they were debating off the air here. He's
gifted. He's gifted.
We put a stop to that. Let me go back to Manaski.
Tim,
Yeah.
go ahead.
So here's an old favorite that just never seems to get old. The ambulance service. So let's just you know what, you got to play the favorites. So here's my question. Number one, are we sure it makes money? And number two is, I know the city bills the insurance in order to think, but does in fact it get paid? And this isn't a gotcha question because I'm clueless, but I'm sure this constantly comes up to you guys in regards to it about ambulance service. So
who do we start with?
Fire
on this
away,
one, Jeff.
I think it's Frank this time.
Okay.
Oh, well, what a gift. Well, the ambulance service, I was there when the ambulance service started, when Chief Brooks came to the table and wanted to save 23 fire officers. What happened was the administration turned around and did an audit, and according to the state, we didn't need 23 fire officers to keep our level of maintenance, okay? So the chief came in instead of had a plan to offset their pays, and that was the ambulance service. The ambulance service came in. He presented a very well thought out plan. We know that the beginning of the investment with the ambulance and the vehicles, to staff them with medical stuff, the insurance, the capital plan. We knew in the first year and a half, we weren't going to come out normal business practice. But between the first and the second year, we were able to make $85,000 profit. Okay, which was great. It started recouping what it was supposed to do, save those 23 fire officers' jobs. Now I'm hearing something very disturbing coming out of City Hall, that the mayor wants to remove 12 fire officers. Okay, so that I don't want to do. If we could possibly retool the ambulance service. I mean, when I was talking to them during their screening, I gave them a ton of ideas that they could improve their services with the ambulance. The third-party billing system, when was the last bid out? Let's look for ways to help them increase revenues to save any jobs that are in jeopardy in the department.
All right, Mike?
I'm so sick of talking to this subject because the facts are there. Look at the budget, Tim. Ambulance service brings in over $3 million. The expenses are $1 million. You're paying firefighters now to bring in a revenue-generating service. Instead of them sitting at a firehouse, cleaning it or going over train, whatever, they're out in the field now, saving lives. We probably have the best-known, well-respected ambulance service in the entire central New York and maybe New York State area. We have a training facility here that raises money because fire outfits from all over New York State come to Utica, New York to get trained. What an asset that is. This fire ambulance service has been just absolutely extraordinary. How many lives has it saved? Countless lives it's saved. Now, are you going to look at saving lives, dollars and cents? Well, we happen to make pretty good money on this because our guys and gals are working it. When I had to go in front of the fire department for endorsement, and I think I got it 5 minutes later, and I looked out over there and I see all these young firefighters. They were like my grandchildren. And they basically now are responding as social services people because they're taking care of all these people that have nowhere to go, so they'll fall down in the middle of the street so they can be taken to get a meal. And our fire department has become a social service organization, so to speak. The enormous responsibility they have on their shoulders. What more do people want from our firefighters? What more? They're fighting fires and they're saving lives. What a wonderful thing we have.
Frank.
Well, basically what they complained about is the stall time. The stall time, which means that when they arrive to the hospital, they have to wait. They're not able to get back into the unit to go out there and keep the service going. So that is a break of revenues right there.
And by the way, that's a problem in many hospitals in many communities.
Yes.
They cannot get into the ER, so they have to sit and becomes
take
a real
care of their
problem.
patient,
and
at that
which
time.
means they're out of service.
Yes. So we're looking for ways to cut that time, cut that downtime. So realistically, there's about, I think, 6 ambulances right now we purchased, and only one, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3 are being used mostly, but the other 2 ambulances are just sitting there. So, of course, they're reserves, as Mike says, and backups. And we have to, another cost of the ambulance service is that we have to send a separate unit, okay? Because, God forbid, if one of those units get in an accident, especially the ambulance, the other unit's there to respond to help that person who's in need. So the service is, bar none, as Mike said, the best. We can't get any better. And losing 12 firefighters right now is something that I will work hard against.
Common Council controls the firefighter count. Remember that. The Common Council.
Does the Comptroller's office have any?
May I interject on just on what Mike said?
Yeah.
So the mayor doesn't have to fill the positions, okay? Say there's a complement of 120 he's supposed to fill. If the mayor only wants to work up to 100 people and leave 20 out, the mayor has the right to do it. He don't have to hire. The only person that actually does the hiring is the mayor. Just like right now. If you look at the police department, we're down 16 officers, okay? By the end of the year, we should be down 21 police officers. They got rid of all the specialty units to put boots on the street, okay? That is a problem. Mayor Palmieri predicted this problem, and with Chief Williams, they put ARPA money together, $600,000, 2 years ago, because it takes 1 year to get an officer, one man or woman in that vehicle. It takes a year to train them so they can drive alone, all right? All predicted. But, of course, DARPA money, as Mike said, was removed in different programs, which is fine. You know, that's his choice. But this is what is hurting us now in the future.
You have a minimal staffing clause in your fire contracts, okay? You have to maintain at least a certain number every single day. So if you don't have the manpower, if someone retires and you don't replace them, you got to pay these people overtime. So what a mayor wants to fill these slots as quickly as possible. Now, normally the situation is, as a firefighter or police officer gets older, their rate of pay is usually very high. So when they retire, you're bringing in a younger firefighter at a much reduced level. So you're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. You're bringing in a firefighter at a reduced level of pay, and you're not paying overtime for the minimum staffing charge. As a mayor, I would want to put my complement at full manpower.
Yeah.
Well, there's a little discussion with that one. Would you like to hear the other side?
Yes, but so the Comptroller's office doesn't control that, though.
We're working out of the Comptroller's office.
Right? Are we kind of drifted off?
Let's let Frank respond at least.
See, there's a balance right there. So when you hire a firefighter, which Mike's correct, you have to pay health care, you have to pay benefits. But sometimes the flat rate, what they do pay, see, firefighters don't get time and a half to get what they call flat. Okay, flat time. And that flat time is just their pay, all right? So it's a balance. So in other words, if I need that firefighter for an extra 4 hours, why would I hire a whole firefighter, okay? Balance it out. Know your numbers, know your monies, know what your need is. Balance it out on your needs. So why hire a complete firefighter and pay $100,000 while I can pay the firefighter there a few dollars overtime and only spend maybe $6,000? Common sense.
If that was the case, it would be true. But when you start looking at $600,000 in extra pay for overtime, 1 year it was $900,000. Hire the firemen.
Okay, and I think we should remove ourselves from this conversation.
Oh, that was good. Didn't you like it?
It was good. Listen, I'm loving it. There's another element of this too that we didn't even get into, and I don't want to. But there's also Kunkel, and that still remains out there. And
Edwards.
And Edwards.
Edwards
well.
also is a main a provider of this area also.
But I think we're moving out of the comptroller's office, Manansky.
So, Mike, you mentioned something earlier about not paying a bill the last time you were the comptroller, and it went to court. Was that the J.K. Hage bill? Am I remembering that correctly?
I don't remember exactly, but it was a bill. And and a lot of people didn't know
Under the
this.
Rufaro administration?
A lot of people didn't know this. When that bill first came in, and I thought it was a little bit high, I went to Mayor Rufaro. Mayor Rufaro worked with me to help reduce that bill. And nobody knew that. I turned it to David, and David helped me. I wanted to lower it a little bit more. I wanted to lower it another $50,000, $60,000. I was adamant in my belief. I was taking the court over it, and I would do it all over again. Because when I feel that something is a little bit overpriced than what I think it should be, I don't mince words. I'll go after you.
I agree with Mike. If something's overpriced and it's not right, and I know it's not right because I'm an insurance appraiser, I'm going to fight that too. I don't want to waste city tax dollars. Absolutely.
So I think we only got a couple minutes left.
Let them closing
statements.
Yeah. Who opened, by the way?
I think I did.
Okay,
Mike, you did.
Let's let Frank.
You sure, Bill? You look like you're hesitating a little bit.
Then Mike gets the first word and the last word.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think Mike go again.
Go
Yes.
first,
Yeah.
sure.
All right. Fair enough.
Well, first
It's
of all,
very nice of you.
Thank you for hosting this. I've been looking forward to this for a long time. Okay, I enjoy, like I said at the South Utica meeting the other day, I enjoy talking with people. So this way here, I can get the truth out, because a lot of garbage has been said about me over these umpteen years that I've been involved, 40 years. But I've proven, without a shadow of a doubt, that when you bring Mike Sermonaro in, he doesn't give 100%, he gives 1,000%. And that's what I built my MO on. No one in this race comes close to the knowledge and experience that I have dealing with the city budgets, dealing with the Common Council, dealing with the mayors, and I'm not afraid to call a spade a spade. I've been like that, and I'm not going to change. I think I contribute. I think I can help. And the first thing I want to do is, when I get in office, is I want to bring the Common Council back in and make sure they have a finance committee again. So this way here, we could work on a monthly, weekly basis. I had Bill Morehouse start a cash flow report, so citizens of the city of Utica would know every month where their cash is going. It's available on the city clerk's website. No one utilizes what we have right now. And if I need to start a Facebook page for the controller's office, we'll do it. But as a former city controller, as a former deputy, as a former commissioner, as now golf course manager, got hit in the head a few times with a golf ball, I can contribute. And I have the banking of the business community. I have the banking of prominent Democrats. I have the backing of bankers that have dealt with me in the past, because I know I'm the only candidate in this race that has the experience and the know-how to meet the challenges and move the city forward. And thank you for having me here.
All right, Frank.
Do I get the same time? That was pretty good. That was a roll.
If you roll now.
All right, thank you. I understand what people want. I do it through referendums, questions on the ballot. It started from recall of elected officials. It went to budgetary powers, which we needed this year. Remember, guys, the mayor raised and put together a budget in front of the council. The council did their job, cut it. Without my hard work to get that to the people's ballot, it would have been totally different. The mayor would have had 26 plus tax to our city people. We did this together. I understand what the people want. I understand what the people need to fix government. So when you look at it in somebody's face and you're talking to them at a door and they're telling you what they need, I get it done. Right now, they need somebody in there that can actually create revenues. And I got a whole folder full of them that actually can save us money. I get things done. I don't like talking about all those referendums I put on the ballot.
Right.
But you know what I like to do? I like to get the job done. If somebody else wants to take credit for what I did, God bless them, okay? But I want to get the job done. And when I look forward to people and look in their eyes and I tell them I'm saving them money, I'm doing the best I could. I'm doing it with sincerity, honesty, and forthrightness. Thank you.
Gentlemen, shaking hands, we do appreciate it.
Absolutely, why not?
Thank you so much.
We could go out for a beer after the pizza. Well, I gave Dave.
From the Stanley Theater Studio, WIBX Utica, Rome. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM, celebrating 100 years.
Another boat blown out of the water. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
Every one of those boats that gets knocked out
is saving 25,000 American lives.
President Trump said that after the eighth one was destroyed off the South American coast, purported to be trafficking illegal drugs. Then hours later, War Secretary Pete Hegseth announced a ninth one taken out, killing 3 more people he called narco-terrorists, up to 37 deaths in all.
We're allowed to do it. It's in international waters.
The Trump administration's provided few details about the series of strikes, such as how much alleged drugs the targeted vessels were carrying or what specific evidence there is to suggest they were carrying drugs in the first place.
That's Fox's Jill Nato. The European Union's joining the U.S. inflicting new economic punishment on Russia for continuing to wage war in Ukraine. President Trump imposed sanctions after canceling a second summit with Russia's leader.
If the Russians are not ready to have a serious summit with President Trump and President Putin about ending the war in Ukraine, then it is time for some new economic punishment. Now, more than half of Russian oil exports have been slapped with new sanctions.
That's Fox's Peter Doocy at the White House. Secretary of State Marco Rubio will spend the next 2 days in Israel. As he arrives, Vice President Vance leaves after his own 2-day visit, focused on keeping the Gaza ceasefire in place. Before departing, Vance also said,
"The West Bank is not going to be annexed by Israel."
Calling the vote yesterday by Israel's parliament to greenlight taking more land in the West Bank, where many Palestinians live, a very stupid political stunt. In New York City, the final debate in the race for mayor getting national attention.
You don't know how to run a government. You don't know how to handle an emergency.
Andrew Cuomo sparring again with the frontrunner, Democratic Socialist Zoran Mamdani on Spectrum News, New York 1.
We just had a former governor say in his own words that the city has been getting screwed by the state. Who was leading the state? It was you.
Republican Curtis Sliwa also debated. He's far back in the polls, rejecting calls to drop out. America's listening to Fox News.
This month, Pure Talk is supporting Canines for Warriors, a terrific organization that trains rescue dogs and then pairs them up with combat vets struggling with PTSD. This is why I switched to Pure Talk. Sure, I like the unlimited talk, text, and plenty of 5G data for just $25 a month, and you will too. But you will love being in business with a company that shares your values. Dial pound 250, say micro, and switch to an American wireless company that actually stands for something. Pure Talk.
It's Cybersecurity Awareness Month. LifeLock is here with tips to help protect your identity. Use strong passwords, set up multi-factor authentication, report scams, and update your software. And for comprehensive identity protection, LifeLock is your best choice. LifeLock alerts you to suspicious uses of your personal information and fixes identity theft, guaranteed, or your money back. Start your protection today with a 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com. Use promo code NEWS. Terms apply.
They voted again in the Senate.
On this vote, the yeas are 54, the nays are 46.
And once again, they failed to advance a funding bill, so the government is shut down the 23rd day.
House Speaker Mike Johnson has elected to keep the House out of session during the shutdown and says he'll bring lawmakers back when Democrats reopen the government. Congresswoman Beth Van Dyne tells Fox News it's up to the Speaker on bringing the House back, but the Texas Republican is concerned the messaging might get old.
It is frustrating for those of us who do have introduced bills that want them to be passed and want them to move forward. And I think, but good, I think the Speaker absolutely understands that.
Democrats say they want Republicans to negotiate health care provisions before they agree to supporting a measure to end the shutdown. On Capitol Hill, Ryan Schmelz, Fox News.
This is a rare royal visit today in Rome. Britain's King Charles is at the Vatican for a state visit, and he sat with Pope Leo during a service at the Sistine Chapel. He's the first British monarch to pray with a pope in more than 500 years. Now to something else rare, an attempt to personify animals in court.
The Michigan Court of Appeals rules chimpanzees are not considered humans, and therefore the DeYoung Family Zoo in the state's Upper Peninsula will not have to defend the confinement of 7 chimps. Earlier this month, an attorney for the so-called Non-Human Rights Project argued chimps are entitled to some of the same rights as humans. The appellate court, though, ruled the same as previous decisions, rejecting a potential exemption carved out for particularly intelligent animals. Tom Graham, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures are down almost 100 points for the Dow the day after a big sell-off that dragged the Dow and the NASDAQ both down big. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Partly cloudy skies, 46 degrees. Good morning. I'm Jeff Manaski, WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM news time. is 8:05. This news update is brought to you by Clinton Tractor, the leader in service. Visit clintontractor.net. New York State Police are asking for the public's help locating a missing 16-year-old girl from Marcy. Paige Roberts was last seen on Tuesday at around 5 p.m. when she left her home and did not return. State police say she may be in or around the city of Utica. The teen, described as 5 feet 2 inches tall, approximately 150 pounds, with blonde hair and blue eyes. She has a nose ring and a visible tattoo on her left forearm that reads "Believe." You can find a photo on our website, WIBX950.com. The Oneida County Board of Elections reminding voters the deadline to register to vote in time for the upcoming election is this Saturday, October 25th. Applications must be received by Saturday. Voters can confirm their registration status, update voter registration, or register online at oneidacountynyvotes.gov/registration. Also, the vote by mail deadline is coming up as well. You must request a ballot by this Saturday, October 25th, if you would like to vote by mail. Construction underway on a brand new amphitheater in Lake George. A groundbreaking ceremony was held yesterday, over a year after the previous amphitheater at Shepherd Park was destroyed by fire. The work is being paid for by more than $1 million from New York State's Downtown Revitalization Initiative. The new structure will include amenities like a lower level with meeting spaces, arts and cultural programs, and they hope that theater can open as early as 2026. WIBX 950 AM 92.3 FM news time is 8:07. Here's a look at your forecast from the Weather Channel.
Fun weather day yesterday. Well, fun meteorologically. Lake effect rain showers. Yeah, that is a thing. In some spots, producing a little bit of thunder. Sign of things to come, right? I see a few scattered showers today. Breezy 55. Tonight, a few showers 40. Maybe some wet snowflakes in the hills. Friday, a chance of showers 53, and some more showers around early on Friday night, and a chance of showers Saturday. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stagik, WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Partly cloudy, 46 at 8:07. All right, the NFL regular season heading into Week 8 tonight. Justin Herbert and the Chargers square off against Justin Jefferson and the Minnesota Vikings. That game is happening in California. The Commanders will be without their quarterback this week. Jaden Daniels will miss Monday night's matchup against the Kansas City Chiefs with a hamstring strain that he suffered in Sunday's loss to the Cowboys. The Buccaneers placing wide receiver Mike Evans on injured reserve with a broken collarbone. The Fall Classic is nearly here. The defending champion Dodgers battled the Blue Jays in Game 1 of the World Series coming up from Toronto on Friday night. The Knicks kicked off their season last night, a 119-111 victory over the Cleveland Cavaliers at MSG. OG Anunoby led the Knicks in scoring with 24 points. They will host the Celtics coming up tomorrow night. Oh, one more, too. I almost forgot about this. The NFL is approving a limited partnership sale involving the New York Giants. The league will allow Julia Koch, one of the richest women in the world, to purchase a 10% stake of the Giants. They're currently owned by the Mara and Tisch families, and the team's latest transaction now puts its valuation at $10.3 billion. Coming up this weekend, the Giants will visit the Philadelphia Eagles looking for another victory against Philly, but I don't know that that's going to happen.
What? No, I'm just smiling because I know what it's like when there's no one here and you're sitting over there and you're like, somebody going to come in or do I read another story?
And in other Little League news.
That's it. All of a sudden you're doing pickleball scores. Yeah. I'm like, whoa. All right. This has been, and I don't know what it is, to be honest with you, but we're on the only way we can kind of judge this is we're on the receiving end of notices that come from police or from the scanner or wherever. But it just seems that this week has been incredibly busy for state police, local police, Oneida County Sheriff's Department. It just seems to be a very busy time. And we have Sheriff Mashel on the line right now. Is that a fair assessment of where we are currently?
Yeah, putting it mildly.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have been all over the place.
Yeah, it's been extremely busy. I know we go through different cycles, but over the past, over the past couple of years, our cycles get longer and longer each time we go through one.
Yeah,
I don't know exactly, but it is what it is. And, we're continuing to move forward.
Okay, there's so much we could talk about, but let's focus on this case where there was a warrant issued, and you had taken several animals, I believe, out of the home, or the property.
Yeah, so day before yesterday, actually this case was, it's been going on for several weeks. We received information, actually longer than that, to be honest with you. It's not our first time at this location, but we received some complaints regarding animal care. We opened up an investigation, began our investigation, compiled. I have to be careful how much I say here because we're still in the midst of things, but we, our information, as much as we could gather, we, working together with the district attorney's office, our case was presented briefly to a county court judge and for a search warrant for the animals on the farm, and we executed a search warrant basically to seize the animals on the farm. And our investigation is continuing. No criminal charges have been filed, and I'm not going to speculate whether they will be or not in the future because I can't get into that. But the day before yesterday, we did remove over 40 animals from the farm, most of which were horses. There were some smaller animals also that were taken. But logistically, to move that amount of horses is a significant undertaking. We had a multitude of people assisting us, people who are familiar with hauling cattle and hauling horses, things of that sort. But because we were moving so many horses at one time, we reached out to the Susquehanna SPCA because we really don't have any place in Oneida County where we could temporarily place, because to be able to place, more than 36 horses. So Susquehanna was kind enough to, and they've been part of this. They've been assisting us with this case. The horses were moved from the farm in Stittville to Susquehanna SPCA, and our investigation is continuing. And more to come as the days move forward here. So, like I said, it took a lot of work, but we're still working on this case. As you know, the county ended their contract last year with Central New York SPCA. So the animal-related cases have been coming to the sheriff's office. Unfortunately, most recently, we've been hit with some very large ones. We had a case in Verona where we seized 18 horses. I reached out to a bunch of contacts we had to get those. They're still in placement while that case is pending. There was a grand jury indictment on that case, as you recall. We had a case in Floyd where we seized another horse. Charges were filed in that case. We have that horse at another location being taken care of while that case is being worked on. And same thing with this case from yesterday. In the midst of that, we actually had a dairy farm where we had some cattle that were in not the greatest of shape, and we worked with the family on that. That was not a criminal case, but those cattle were taken to another location. So we've been putting an awful lot of time and effort into these animal cases. I know the county's put out an RFP for, animal investigation services, and I don't know the status of that, but looking forward to when that is settled, because we certainly handle the criminal side of things, but it's all these other logistical things, moving horses, feeding horses, caring for horses. We have a team of veterinarians that have been working with us.
Wow.
It's extremely complex, and it takes a lot of planning. And like I said, hats off to the sheriff's office members that have been working on these cases.
The other case, it's not a case, press conference you held yesterday, is really an important issue, and that is vehicle, bus, children safety. And actually, you were doing ride-alongs with members of the media yesterday.
Yes. Yesterday, across New York State was Operation Safe Stop Day. It's a day set aside during the school year where we enforce passing stop school buses all the time, but one day a year is chosen statewide where focus is on, it's a two-prong approach. One is the enforcement. That's why, law enforcement agencies across the whole state in their respective jurisdictions were following school buses, and we did have the media with us on those runs here locally. We also, you're pushing out public service announcements, doing pressers like we did yesterday, basically to highlight how big of a problem it is. I mean, on average, in New York State alone, 50,000, and I say that again, 50,000 school buses are passed each day in the state of New York. 50,000. Across the country, I think last year there were over 40 million cited school bus passes in the U.S. Tickets were issued to 40 million. So it's a huge issue. We're very lucky here in Oneida County. In a huge part of our school districts, we have cameras on the buses, and we're able to capture the plates and issue tickets under a new section of the traffic law to those registered owners who pass these buses. But this is a serious offense. It carries serious consequences because it can be so dangerous. Children lose their lives every school year in the country here, and we want to make sure that it doesn't happen in our county, and that's why we participate heavily in initiatives like this.
Okay.
Can we go back to the animal story for a second with the horses specifically? Sure. What happens if there is found to be wrongdoing? I don't want to put the cart in front of the horse, if you will. But
that's not what you did there.
If somebody is convicted or found to have done some wrongdoing, when you have cases where you're seizing 18, 20 horses, what happens to those animals after the fact?
Well, during is a difficult thing because, like I said, bills are compiling for the county. We're feeding these horses. We're caring for them. Some of them have to be on special diets because, and not the case the other day. I'm talking about a previous case that we have, not the case from a day before yesterday. But as the case proceeds in court, that becomes part of the case disposition because obviously, if someone is ever found guilty of abusing an animal, they're going to go on our animal abuse registry, which means they cannot own animals moving forward for a period of time. But they're also not going to get those animals back. So that's why we work with places like Susquehanna SPCA, or with the smaller animals. We might work with Rome Humane Society, Anita Stephen Swan Humane Society, Rover's Do Over. We try to rehome them to find them permanent, safe homes. So those are the logistical things that right now the sheriff's office is handling that have, really doesn't fall in our realm. But there's no one else to do that at the moment. And these animals, we are their voice. They don't have a voice. So we are the ones that are making sure that, we work with these other non-for-profits, and they are amazing people. They're awesome to work with. But it's very complex, Jeff. To your point, it's a lot of work. And each, like this case the other day, before any of the horses could be loaded on a trailer, we had a vet on site that actually does a vet check on the horse prior to it leaving. So everything is documented. It's a very complex, slow-moving operation. Yeah. So,
What Jeff was going to say next is he's looking for a horse.
There's a lot of them out there that are up for adoption. I know where Jeff lives, and he's got the biggest yard on that.
It's a big yard.
I do.
It is.
He does have a big yard.
Yeah.
So.
I think my Shay would be a little offended if we had more company. My dog would not like it, and I'm not going to be cleaning all that stuff out of my backyard. So
horse manure has a little different aroma than others.
And it's good. It's a great fertilizer too, Jeff.
It is. That lawn would be crazy. You'd be in great shape. All right, Sheriff, we appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Sounds good, guys. Talk to you later.
Have
Bye-bye.
a great day. A couple of comments I want to get to, Rich, on the last hour for the debate. Richard, facts are facts. Palmieri ruined the city and spent money foolishly. It is a fact. That's Richard.
Okay.
John, these two guys have been involved in Utica politics for almost 40 years each. Why should we trust them to change anything they haven't changed by now? Sue, the Deerfield problem has nothing to do with race. It's the mental illness of addictions that make things unsafe. We can get into that. Easy and Alien. Hey, Bill, ask around and see why they're changing the numbers on the thruway exit. Like 7, Syracuse is now 91. I don't know what that is. It's got to be routes because it's not exits. Because there is no exit 7 in on the thruway in Syracuse. I'm not sure what,
didn't that
is.
comment come in the other day also?
Yes. It did.
I've actually reached out to somebody from the Interstate 81 project in
It's got to be
Syracuse
81.
to talk about
It's got to be.
So.
It's got to be 81, not the thruway.
690.
Or 690.
Syracuse exit 7 is the former exit number on I-690 for was that Bear Street and the New York State Fairgrounds.
Okay, so I never really look at the exit numbers on 690. It's always the street you're getting off, Bridge Street. Where are you getting off? And
Hiawatha. Maybe that's not 690. I don't know.
No. Well, it does. 690 goes all the way over to Hiawatha, over by Destiny. So you think 481, 690 goes all the way. Actually, 690 you can pick up, I think, out in Baldwinsville. But I really don't.
I get off wherever the navigation says turn here.
Turn here.
Exactly, Tim. Exactly.
Police ahead. Speed check ahead.
I just let my horse tell me where I'm going.
There you go.
Lance and Lee, tell the sheriff to make sure they Miranda the people they arrest, unlike Jeremy Kirch. I don't know what that whole story is, but I think he referenced that before. Do we remember that?
What?
Off the top of my head, I don't know what that is.
Someone, it must be, in this case, Jeremy Kirch, they did not receive the Miranda rights issue is tricky. Go ahead, Davey.
Jeremy Kirsch is the one that killed the principal in Albany, at the the mother there at the principal.
Correct. Who is who actually was out on was convicted though, but by mental insanity, right? Is that the?
No, well, he pled to manslaughter. So is Lance's insinuation that he couldn't be charged with murder because there was something wrong with?
Well, I think there was I don't know about that. Maybe that's what he's implying. But I thought he was not able to. He wasn't deemed that he was not fit for trial.
Right.
I again, all these stories begin to kind of blend together just a little bit. So Lance, I don't know. I don't know what happened there, but that was a terrible, terrible situation, right?
This is from CNY Central. Prosecutors revealed that Kirch had voluntarily stopped taking medication for mental illnesses and had taken illegal drugs before Gerling's death on the night of August 19th, 2024. The next day, 2 employees of City of Utica School District found Gerling deceased on her bed. So the reference here, though, no, but he was, I do believe he pled to manslaughter, and I believe he was given jail time. I know there was the reference to medical issues.
I forget how that whole thing went down, but we'll research it. During the break.
Kind of playing off what Jeff was talking about in regards to the horses. I can't believe how much it must cost the county if they're going to take care of these horses.
Animals.
I mean, horses are the worst. I mean, the amount of money that you have to spend for the daily upkeep.
And it's not like they're little rabbits.
No.
You're talking about some you just
big animals.
You can't put them anywhere, anywhere. Do you have that?
I guess let's. I have got a road update on the question about the numbers. I guess we'll do that after the other
we'll do
side.
all of this on the other side. Let me break quickly. 823 at WIBX.
Are your windows old and tired? Hard to put up and down? Builder's grade windows just aren't made to last very long. Patriot Home Solutions is a different kind of window company. No games or gimmicks, no long drawn-out sales presentations, just high-quality, custom-fit windows at reasonable prices made right here in New York. And right now, you can get up to $2,000 off new windows from Patriot and NYSERDA, plus 0% interest for 18 months. Most homeowners qualify for the savings, and income is not one of the requirements. So write this number down, 315-401-0440. That's 401-0440. Patriot Home Solutions will tell you right over the phone if you qualify. Don't miss your chance to save up to $2,000 on new windows. Funds are limited, so call before they run out. Learn more at callpatriothomesolutions.com. That's callpatriothomesolutions.com.
The City of Utica's Controllers race is one of the most important in recent years. It requires a person with the qualifications and proven hands-on financial experience needed to be our city's chief financial officer. That person is hands down Mike Sermonaro. Mike is a proven leader spanning almost 40 years of experience throughout city government and is known for his toughness, fairness, and his extraordinary work ethic. Vote for Mike Sermonaro for Utica City Controller, a proven and very capable leader. Paid for by Mike Sermonaro for Controller.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. Trade stocks and ETFs, options, futures, and crypto all on one platform. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move. All investments involve risk, including loss of principal. Options, futures, and crypto trading carry significant risk and may not suit all investors. Securities offered through Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC. Futures trading is offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Crypto offered through Robinhood Crypto LLC, NMLS ID 1702840, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Portfolio management offered by Robinhood Strategies, an SEC registered advisor.
Mattress Express's free adjustable base promotion is on. Come on, pick out any king or queen set in the store except Tempur-Pedic and get upgraded to an adjustable base at no extra charge. You heard me right. And we have no credit check payment plans.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. Trade stocks and ETFs, options, futures, and crypto all on one platform. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move. All investments involve risk, including loss of principal. Options, futures, and crypto trading carry significant risk and may not suit all investors. Securities offered through Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC. Futures trading is offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Crypto offered through Robinhood Crypto LLC, NMLS ID 1702840, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Portfolio management offered by Robinhood Strategies, an SEC registered advisor.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2025 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, starting at just $98 a pair.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aid.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Hi, this is Ray Durso of the Genesis Group. If you're interested in keeping up with events and news in the Mohawk Valley region, I have the show for you. It's called This Week in the Mohawk Valley, and it airs every Sunday on WIBX. Join us as we talk with area business leaders, elected officials, law enforcement, educators, and more. Don't miss This Week in the Mohawk Valley every Sunday at 9 a.m. on WIBX 950 a.m. 92.3 FM.
Hello, everyone in Central New York. This is Dave Letterman, your old TV pal. Remember me? I'm supposed to say something witty and funny here about Bill Keeler, but I've got nothing. Ever see a picture of this guy? That's a joke in itself. Anyhow, here's Keeler on WIBX.
Okay, couple things. That Kirsch was, he did end up getting 3.5 to 10 years in prison for that crime, and part of it was because of he pleaded guilty to her death, and was it manslaughter?
Yeah.
That he pleaded to, and a lot of that had to do, we were told, with the fact that there was a psychotic incident. He'd gone off, but he voluntarily went off his meds, which is what disqualified him for using the insanity plea, as far as I understand. And then there's this whole issue of the Miranda that Lance and Lee keeps talking about. I don't know much of. We did ask the DA about that, and I didn't get a chance to ask the sheriff about it. However, as Tim says, it is tricky. You know, people think right away it's like, well, they took me away and never read me my Miranda rights. My constitutional rights have been violated. That is not true. But at a certain point, you must read them their Miranda rights.
Right.
So there's that, and then you have an update on. This is for, I guess it's John in New Hartford, or maybe it's Sue. Maybe it's Easy and Ilion. Yeah, Easy and Ilion on the exits. Now this would not be the thruway, but 690. And it is interesting, too, today, hard to differentiate between the thruway, 81, 690, because you no longer have those toll booths that you go through. It just charges you whether you have Easy Pass or not.
So this is via Spectrum News. Work has started on converting exit numbers along State Route 690 and Interstate 690 to a mile-based numbering scheme as part of a larger initiative to do the same on major highways throughout the region. Changes will be made to unnumbered exit signs along 690 in the town of Van Buren, starting with the exit number for State Route 370 and State Route 31, East Baldwinsville, which is converted to Exit 1. Will continue east into Syracuse.
That's where 690 begins.
To exiting Exit 8 for Hiawatha Boulevard. I guess so. Exit 9 is Bear Street, so I don't see an Exit 7 here specifically, but it sounds like that's what's going on right now.
Because
there's going to be doing that in the region.
You get off at Townsend. You can get off at any of those if you're going west. So yeah, I will tell you this: that you get off exit 34A, and that whole stretch.
Oh,
there's so much construction right now.
Disaster.
It is brutal. It's almost like you're better off. What we did the last time in Syracuse was we went forward to Carrier Circle, got off at Carrier Circle, and went down to 690 from there, because that whole thing along that route going over to 690, what is it, 485 going down, whatever that is, construction galore. It's all over the place.
Well, I do that when you go to the airport a lot of times.
Mm-hmm.
I go take where you can go north,
you go
and then
north, and then come down 81.
You come down 81.
Yeah.
Well, that's an adventure living now, because with
all the
that
construction
in
you're
there,
better off going straight
and
going to exit 36.
Exactly. Yeah.
Any other Syracuse area directions?
Right.
Map plans? Anybody need? Nothing. Yeah. Okay, what else do I want to clear up? Any other? I do have some YouTube questions. Manaski, #1 in doing the sports in news in Central New York, hands down.
Okay, well, I got one fan.
Yeah, that's Timothy Toolman.
Thank you, Tim.
He's not alone out there. He's number 927.
Okay.
So there are 926s ahead of him getting Timothy Toolman, I'm afraid. Larry says, Jeff said, check is in the mail, LOL.
I don't get that.
I don't know what that is. John, sorry, but an old house does not increase in value over years. Babylon must fall, and it will. I believe
is that QAnon?
He's changed his name here on YouTube, but I believe it's QAnon John. Welter Skelter, thoughts on Trump raising the East Wing? Ask Manaski what his thoughts are. You want to get into that?
It's pretty dramatic to take out the whole East Wing, but I mean,
especially when he said that none of the original structure was going to be affected.
Well,
that's not the case.
It's not the original structure, though, is it?
Yeah.
The East Wing?
Well, none of the current structure would be affected. And the East Wing has just been decimated. Do you want to comment on that?
I'm not touching that thing.
I don't know if it's conspiracy talk or not. Maybe I shouldn't perpetuate it. But I heard somebody yesterday say that underneath the East Wing was essentially a nuclear bunker.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah, it was a bomb shelter. It was, yeah.
Well, there's certainly an area under the White House that is completely protected.
And I think that the allegation...
In fact, if you remember, they were on 9/11. They were all taken down there.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, I guess when Bush got back, because he was in Florida.
Bush was down, but the vice president was taken down, and they just grabbed them. I mean, when Cheney talks about it, Secret Service just grabbed them and took them down.
So,
and by the way, that plane that hit the Pentagon, it's believed that was targeting the White House, and it just ended up hitting the wrong building.
Well, now they'll be able to dance the night away.
Yes,
the bombs are coming in.
Yeah. I only hope there's a lot of gold. That's what I'm hoping for. I mean, what would a ballroom be without
Wipe that sarcasm off your face, Keeler.
What did I say? A couple things. Bath Makeover Month in New York Sash. Now is the time to finally get the bathroom you have been dreaming of. All bath projects are 20% off right now, and we've used New York Sash for the bathroom, and it's amazing that in 2 days, they rip it apart and put it back together again. You have a brand new bathroom in 1 to 2 days. That's just spectacular, in my opinion. In New York Sash, the showroom, they have it all there. 349 Oriskany Boulevard in Whitesboro, where you can see over a dozen beautiful baths on display. Styles, colors, and options for every home. New York Sash's team has over 850 Google reviews. You can check them all out. And don't wait. The Bath Makeover Month is underway through the end of the month. Time to save 20% and get started at NewYorkSash.com. Or you can stop by today on Oriskany Boulevard in Whitesboro. Can I do one more and then we'll do news?
Sure.
In Sarah, now if you need flooring in that beautiful bathroom or anywhere in your home, Incera's is the place. Sal has really a business model that is, it's all flooring. So, of course, if you're looking for flooring, where else would you go? The most when it comes to inventory, the best selection, and they guarantee that you'll get the best price. There's a price match. You bring any price in, they'll either meet or beat that price. Deeper warranty. There's 6 months interest-free financing. You can even go to their website and get a $50 off coupon for your next purchase of $500 or more. 6 months interest-free financing. It's Incera's Flooring Outlet, Route 49 Plaza, River Road, Marcy, and online at incerasflooringoutlet.com.
You hear that? That's the sound of your business losing money. Legacy phone systems weren't built for today's teams. Quo, formerly OpenPhone, gives your business a smarter way to stay connected. Quo lets you manage calls, texts, voicemail, and contacts all in one place so that you can deliver a seamless customer experience from ring to... Need to take calls on the go? Quo automatically transcribes, summarizes, and highlights next steps from every call, so you never miss a detail. Need insight into what closes a sale? With Quo's AI call tags, you can instantly spot key topics like objections or pricing questions and use those insights to level up every customer interaction. And yes, you can bring your existing number with you for free. Keep your team in sync and your customers happy with Quo. Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/free and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's quo.com/free. QUO.com/free.
If you're looking for flooring, boy, do I have the perfect place for you. This is Bill Keeler, and I highly recommend Incera's Flooring Outlet, the area's leading flooring store. They have the absolute largest inventory in Central New York, and it's a brand new store at the Route 49 Plaza in Marcy. And if you're looking for Pergo Extreme, they have a price guarantee anywhere in the area within a 60-mile radius of their store. It's a pretty awesome deal, and you know you're going to get the best deal at Incera's. Log on to their website at incerasflooringoutlet.com and sign up to save $50 off your next purchase of $500 or more. You can shop online or in the store. You will not find a better selection than Incera's Flooring Outlet. See why more people buy from the big store. Its selection, its price, and it's a 6-month interest-free financing. Log on to the website, incerasflooringoutlet.com, and see for yourself or visit their store. Incera's Flooring Outlet, Route 49 Plaza, River Road in Marcy.
Mattress Express's free adjustable base promotion is on. Come on, pick out any king or queen set in the store except Tempur-Pedic and get upgraded to an adjustable base at no extra charge. You heard me right. And we have no credit check payment plans.
It's open enrollment for Medicare Part D. Kinney Drugs offers a free online tool to compare plans based on your specific prescriptions. Or call 844-653-5063 to compare plans and enroll right over the phone.
Good morning, WIBX. It's 8:38. Just a few minutes ago, there was a conversation here in studio between Manaski and Tim Reed about the animal kingdom, animal wild kingdom.
The wild.
Yes, the wild.
Now, that guy we had in studio maybe a month ago, and he talked about the Tiger King they met. And he actually bought a few tigers from him. In fact, feels that he's in jail wrongfully, and that, what was her name?
Carol Baskin.
Carol Baskin is the murderer, he believes.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
The husband in the well there, whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then you said you took your kid there.
Yes.
And your biggest memory is?
The giraffes.
You get close to the animals?
Yeah, so Carter was young. I want to say this was 5 years ago, maybe more. Oh, boy. But we went up on essentially like an elevated deck. And, you know, you're eye to eye with the giraffes. They are right there in your face, and you can feed them. I
so passive.
Have photos of Carter feeding them carrots.
They're so friendly to the children. I just thought I could read you a couple of news stories.
Yeah, I was going to say not quite, right?
Filmmaker killed in South Africa in 2018. Carlos Carvalho filming at the Glen Afric Country Lodge when a giraffe swung his neck around and hit the guy, almost decapitating him, killing him instantly. 2018, a woman and grandson trampled by a mother giraffe, charging because The kid got too close to the baby giraffe.
Oh, boy.
2016, a cyclist killed in South Africa. You know what I did with a deer the other day? Imagine doing it with a giraffe. Could you imagine the 911 call? Excuse me, I believe I just hit a giraffe. Not good. I mean, because that neck can come right through the windshield.
Absolutely, it can.
The cyclist was killed. An employee at a game lodge was found dead near his bicycle with evidence suggesting he was killed by a giraffe. More tourists attacked by giraffes while they were visiting on a safari in 2016. Employee killed in an enclosure in 2024. In Michigan, an employee at an adventure park died from a fall inside a giraffe enclosure. The details of the incident not released, but the death, they say, was caused by the giraffe.
So, you don't think I should take him now, huh?
Listen, any animal, I just feel like you, and I know that this is not you, but I love seeing these pictures. People will put pictures on Facebook
selfies.
Of the little kid grabbing the dog by the head and putting his face right up against that dog. If that child hurts the dog or the dog doesn't want to do it, you know what the dog's going to do.
Yeah.
They're going to bite. It just amazes me why parents allow this to happen. Now that you did that with your kid.
You know, there have been a couple stories, too, about talking about giraffes, is that they've had unfortunate incidents when they're transporting the giraffes and they forgot about the low bridge.
Oh, that's terrible.
That's a really bad story.
Took the bridge right out.
No,
it didn't happen that way. It was the opposite.
Yeah.
Well, listen, to be fair, there is, I can bring up 10 stories of the baby rabbit that actually killed the little kid, too. But I really wanted to mess with you on the giraffe.
You mentioned dogs. I'll just quickly say that when my son was young, the in-laws had a pit bull named Reggie who was friendly and was not aggressive toward me or anybody, as far as I know, but would kind of give you the look like I didn't want to mess with Reggie. But Reggie was extremely protective of my son.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, that's the other thing. German Shepherds are very much like that, too.
Yeah,
they're very protective of the family.
Yeah, he would he'd eye you from across the room if you went over by him. If my son was sitting on the couch, he'd curl up in a ball right next to him. It was actually kind of cute.
I got to tell you, my daughter was born. My wife was the same way. You couldn't get near her. She would growl.
She's up, you know.
I think she's gone. She's long gone now. So
better hope so.
Got a break. Manaski with news.
WIBX 950 AM 92.3 FM news time is 8:42. State police are asking for help locating a missing 16-year-old girl from Marcy. Police say Paige Roberts was last seen on Tuesday evening around 5 p.m. when she left her home and has not returned since. Investigators believe she may be in or around the city of Utica. She's approximately 5'2", 150 pounds, blonde hair and blue eyes. You can find a photo on our website, WIBX950.com. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell is on board with Bad Bunny playing at the Super Bowl halftime show. Speaking at the NFL owners meeting in New York, Goodell said the Puerto Rican artist is one of the leading and most popular entertainers in the world. More football news. A portion of the Giants is about to be approved for sale. The NFL is approving a limited partnership sale involving the Giants. CNBC reports the league will allow Julia Koch, one of the richest women in the world, to purchase a 10% stake in the team. The Giants are currently owned by the Mara and Tisch families. Their valuation now at $10.3 billion.
Are they number two in terms of...
I think behind the Cowboys.
Yeah.
I got to check that.
How do you feel about that?
I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
10% stake. I'm sure they can use the money.
Yeah.
But, it's one of these things where I don't know that we're ever going to necessarily see the way it used to be. A family or two families would own a team, an NFL team. Now you have all these minority interests. You have these conglomerates that have a 3% stake here, and this other ownership group has a 20% stake. It's different than it was. And the Giants, I think, are one of the few teams that still had, only a couple of people at the helm, or at least names that you remember that they've owned the team for a long time. Tinder is announcing if your wife hears your message there, you might need to download this app, Bill. But Tinder is announcing a first-of-its-kind facial verification feature that helps confirm users are real and match their profile photos. Match Group, which owns Tinder, says the policy will apply to all new users in the U.S. Research shows the safety and privacy issues contributed to a recent 7% drop in paying users on Tinder. Of course, the real scam there is being catfished.
I've heard people talk about this, in that they oftentimes, the person they reach out to is not real.
Right.
Or the photo that person uses is not real.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not sure why you would do that. If you're going to hook up with somebody and then you show up at the diner and you look across the room and it's an ogre, for God's sakes, I mean, why? Well, I thought I could talk him into it. I thought I could, my charm could convince her that I wasn't as ugly as I looked. It's what's inside. Bull crap.
That's what counts, Bill.
Mm-hmm.
And
So
what's
they say.
inside, or what will be inside, I guess, the White House. President Trump making room for a new ballroom. The entire east wing of the White House is being demolished to make room for it. Trump downplaying the significance of tearing down the historic structure that held the First Lady's office, calling it a very small building. It's a very small, tiny building. It's a tiny building. He says that was never thought of as being much. Boy, he has a way with words, doesn't he?
I just like the fact that you can now get a massage and a frozen drink when you go visit the White House.
Is that right?
Out under the umbrella by the new pool.
Is that right?
I don't think so.
No.
Oh, okay.
Many say it was the smallest East Wing in the
That's
history
right.
of man.
Yeah.
Many
This will be
say.
this is
A
gonna
lot
be
of people are saying.
Most people are saying this is going to be the greatest ballroom ever in a White House setting.
The hate comments are going to start coming in
Yeah.
on YouTube as
Well,
we
they've
speak.
never seen anything like it before.
No,
That's
never,
true.
never. This is the
And
biggest ever.
The East Wing was so small, they tell Trump they'd never seen it before. That's how small it was.
Oh, Lordy. Well, listen, probably none of us here are going to be able to dance or sit and eat in that ballroom.
I do have to
Sadly.
say, though, didn't Obama had there was a big event held at the White House some years ago, and I think it rained during it, and they were under a tent. And it's like, but that's the White House with the President of the United States.
And
It's not a high school graduation.
And
they have a tent?
and the women's heels were sinking into
Yes.
the mud. It's
Yes.
like being a high school graduation.
They also had a very big, if you remember the inauguration events, they were all held indoors, and it was large enough indoors to hold events. But if you remember, that husband and wife pretended they snuck in, and Secret Service didn't catch them. They were imposters, and they got into
Salahi.
Yeah, and got a lot of pictures with all the famous
selfies,
folk.
and it was pretty wild. So, I did that once at a Comets game. I got up into the suites, and boy,
they threw him
I
out
gotta
on
tell
the
you,
ice.
after Rob was done with me, I'll never do that again. Ooh, boy, we'll talk Comets coming up. Stand by. Manaski weather. Is that where we go next?
Yes, sure.
Ray Stachik.
Fun weather day yesterday. Well, fun meteorologically. Lake effect rain showers. Yeah, that is a thing. In some spots, producing a little bit of thunder. Sign of things to come, right? You see a few scattered showers today. Breezy 55. Tonight, a few showers 40. Maybe some wet snowflakes in the hills. Friday, a chance of showers 53. And some more showers around early on Friday night. And a chance of showers Saturday. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stachik, WIBX, 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Right now, partly cloudy and 46 at 8:48.
Just to be fair, June 2025, a man in Oregon was gored by a billy goat while camping, suffering a puncture wound. This is for all you petting zoo people. Yeah, enjoy. You just never know what's going to happen. So, all right, stand by. I do enjoy that commercial where the plays during all the sporting and where the kid, they're at kind of a bull event, like a bull riding thing. You've got that really long Texas Longhorn, and he gets up, he takes a picture, and leaves the
gate open.
The gate open. Can you imagine that Longhorn coming down? Now, you know that's probably all AI creating that, but can you imagine seeing that thing coming at you?
No.
Talk about getting gored. Quick break, and we'll speak with Joe Benson. Utica Comets coming up next to WIBX.
Adirondack Adirondack Home Furniture wants you to fall in love with your home again. With their timeless design and incredible craftsmanship, their furniture is the type of furniture that gets passed down from generation to generation. For years, Adirondack Home Furniture has been providing quality and comfort to Central New York. From American-made pieces and new Amish pieces to top designers, Adirondack Home Furniture has what you want. Whether you're looking to redo your living room, dining room, bedroom, kids' rooms, or just need some pieces to get your home ready for the holidays, Adirondack Home Furniture has that perfect piece. With a fully stocked showroom and the best prices of the season, you need to stop in today. Adirondack Home Furniture has non-commissioned salespeople, which means you enjoy a relaxing, low-pressure shopping experience. They also pride themselves on their unmatched customer service and attention to detail. Stop into Adirondack Home Furniture today and get your home ready for the holidays. Riverside Center in North Utica, or go to AdirondackHomeFurniture.com.
Welcome to Old Post Primitives, offering the same warm spirit you have always loved. Join them for their grand opening week, starting Thursday, October 23rd at 7431 Main Street in Newport. Normal business hours will be Thursday through Sunday, 11 to 5. Also, mark your calendar for their Christmas open house, Saturday and Sunday, December 6th and 7th from 11 to 5, with refreshments, door prizes, and holiday cheer. Discover primitive decor, furniture, antiques, Adirondack accents, old century colors paint, lighting, braided rugs, candles, textiles, and so much more. Old Post Primitives, 7431 Main Street in Newport, 315-845-8835. Bring home the warmth of a simpler time. A new real estate office is opening in Newport Thursday, October 23rd. River Hills Properties Newport office, providing excellence in real estate. You deserve more. Your family deserves more. You deserve River Hills Properties, 7431 Main Street, Newport, 315-845-8835.
Hey, Ricky Z at Steve Pawnee Mazda is ready to take care of you. Do you know that Mazda has transformed successful race-proven technology into the new Mazdas you see on the streets and highways? Save on a new Mazda lease right now. Enjoy 2.9% APR financing on new 2025 Mazda CX-30s, CX-5s with 1.9% APR financing on new 2025 Mazda CX-50s, 70s, and 90s. See Rick or Wyatt or anybody at the dealership for details. And as Rick says, let's make your deal on a new Mazda, where it's always easy to do business. Steve Pawnee Mazda, Commercial Drive in Yorkville. And as we just heard, River Hills Properties with a grand opening, a ribbon cutting of their new office in Newport. And you know who will be there? It'll be Mayor Butler. We'll be there for this. You know, River Hills Properties, it is all about the services that they provide. When you sign on to have River Hills assist you in selling your home, it's like bringing a whole team of people there to assist and take away a lot of the legwork and a lot of that stress, which is bigger than anything. River Hills has offices here in upstate New York, in Barneveld, Little Falls, and Utica, to the north in Copenhagen. Grand opening of their office in Newport, coming soon to Rome, and thinking about being one of those wintertime snowbirds. River Hills Properties in Sarasota, Naples, and Marco Island. Full team there to take care of you as well. Nobody sells homes like River Hills Properties.
WIBX. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
In studio right now is Joe Benson with the Utica Comets, and of course Saturday the Comets are home this weekend. Joe, good morning.
Morning, Bill. Thanks for having me.
All right, what are we seeing with this team? I know that people are a little nervous because we're still waiting for that big win, but every game has been very competitive, and we've been in every game.
It has. We had two great starts. The past two games jumped out to pretty early 2-0 leads, and got into a little bit of penalty trouble, I'd say, the past couple games. And unfortunately, we played Rochester on Friday and then Toronto on Sunday, and they were able to score a couple power play goals in those games and end up winning. But you know, they've been good starts. I think just being disciplined is going to be one of the keys this week, and hopefully picking up that first win.
And game two last Saturday was a penalty, right? It was got it into overtime, and then they had a penalty called and quick, within 40 seconds, a power play goal scored against them.
Yep. Yeah. So it's been a little bit of a challenge for us this year so far, but like you said, Bill, we've been competitive every game, been right there. So I think it's we just got to be a little bit patient, and the wins will start coming. But not getting any easier. We got Syracuse tomorrow night, who's very good. They lost their first game of the season to Rochester last night, and then we got Laval on Saturday. They set a franchise record last year with, I think, 48 wins, 101 points. They should be good again this year. I think they played last night. I didn't check yet to see if they won or not, but they were 3-1 heading into yesterday. So, not getting any easier. But I think it's going to be an exciting challenge, and hopefully we can pull out that first win tomorrow night.
And then back home Saturday night.
Yep, so that'll be Laval coming to town. That'll be Frights and Flights night, big theme night, 6 p.m. game. Great for families. Obviously, a little bit of an earlier game as opposed to the 7 o'clock games on Fridays. We'll have trick or treating in the bowl, kind of that inner concourse area, which will be a safe environment for kids. There'll be security guards, stuff like that. Then for adults, there'll be 13 breweries on the outer concourse, free samples all night long. So for those who like to indulge a little bit, that'll be a great event on Saturday.
Well, you could always leave the kids home with a bowl of candy.
That's true, too.
Right? I mean, not bad.
Yeah.
All right, and there are obviously single ticket games, tickets that are available and all that stuff.
Of course.
This is the weekend. I'm making the prediction. Are you ready?
Let's hear it.
This is the weekend. We not only come away with 1 win, but 2 this weekend.
Oh, well.
That would be nice.
There's the poison.
You think?
I'm sorry, Joe. I'm sorry for you.
I just jinxed. And as I've said, I mean, look at my record. I predicted the last 2 Bills games, Bills victories, and look at how I did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, Joe, thank you.
Laval lost last night, by the way, and I just want to remind everybody the team has announced details on the upcoming Veterans Day game. They are home on that Tuesday night, the 11th, so they're having a special presentation that night.
And we already asked Joe about the banners. Everybody's asking about the banners. Where did the banners go? We don't have an answer on that, but you don't have the answer to that, is what we're saying, right?
Correct.
Be sure you're just not telling us. You don't know. All right, stick with that. I would stick with that. All right, Joe, thank you. On the line, John Decker is with Gray TV. He's the chief White House correspondent. John, good morning. Is there a new entry now with all the construction going on?
No, not for us.
Okay.
There's a new entry for those who work at the Treasury Department, however, because of that new construction. I have yet to bring my hard hat to the White House. I might do that one of these days.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
There's a lot of construction going on every day, and that's going to take place for the next 2 years.
So what's the general take on this from, maybe long-term White House employees? What are you hearing on the ground?
Well, I think it really depends on who you talk to. Most people I find do not like change.
Right.
They just don't like change.
Yeah.
And this is major change. This is the complete demolition of the East Wing of the White House. It's jarring to see. It's jarring for me to see, as it is still jarring for me to see the new Rose Garden, which has been paved over. It used to be all grass, and now it's flagstone. So that's another big change that the president has brought to the White House.
They're putting a Tesla dealership over there,
Tesla
right?
dealership, yeah. And there's a new proposal to actually get rid of the torch on the Statue of Liberty. She'll actually be Lady Liberty is actually going to be holding her hand up like stop. Holding a stop sign?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Kidding. Just take a joke. Okay.
Right.
John, what are you working on today?
Well, yesterday I was in the Oval Office when the president was meeting with the head of NATO, the Secretary General of NATO. They were talking about the new sanctions that the president has imposed upon the 2 largest oil companies in Russia. That's to pressure Putin to come to the negotiating table. And then I asked the president, does he indeed believe that will happen? And the president said, we'll just have to wait and see. Mark Rutte believes that it will have an impact because the European Union has also imposed these similar types of sanctions on those 2 oil companies. And so that's certainly something that we're paying a lot of attention to this week, the ongoing war in Ukraine.
Up until now, though, any difficulties, financial difficulties Russia has faced really hasn't swayed Putin at all. I mean, it's certainly affecting the Russian people, but it has not swayed Putin.
No, and as long as he, has this support of all types coming from China, he's good to go. I asked the president yesterday, however, he's got a meeting coming up with Chinese President Xi, and I asked the president whether he believes that Xi can apply pressure on Putin to end the war, and he said the president answered that question. He told me essentially that's one of the reasons why he sought this meeting with President Xi is to force Xi to do just that.
John, as always, thank you so much. We'll do it again next week. Have a wonderful week. Stay safe out there.
You too.
Thank you. John Decker from Great TV.
From the Stanley Theater Studio, WIBX Utica, Rome, W295EI, WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM, celebrating 100 years.
He canceled a summit, then imposed sanctions. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, for refusing to stop attacking Ukraine.
The administration is putting sanctions on Russia's two largest oil companies. The announcement coming as President Trump scrapped plans to meet with the Russian president.
It didn't feel right to me. It didn't feel like we were going to get to the place we have to get, so I canceled it.
Targeting Russia's oil companies is intended to cut off access to a main revenue source for Moscow's war machine.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House. The European Union is also imposing sanctions on Russia. A ninth boat suspected of trafficking illegal drugs blown up by the U.S. military. 3 more alleged narco-terrorists were killed, so it's up to 37 deaths in this crackdown off the South American coast.
We know where they're headed. We know what their drop-off points are. We know what organizations they're involved in. These things are tracked very carefully.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio is on his way to Israel for a 2-day visit after Vice President Vance spent 2 days there also